K Mega 4.
Welcome to the GRG podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am being disrespected like no means. You know what I'm saying? Like no
what
means.
Else is new?
You know what? You're right. You're right. After I, you know what I'm saying, I nurse these hoes. Then next thing you know, here they come and then they want to change up on brother. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was all nice and first. Okay, Mecca, I respect your channel. I respect you.
Dude, I was on other podcasts before I joined your podcast, so don't even treat me like a rookie, bro.
You one of the ones that stood out, Mecca, and everybody did all that ass kissing, right?
Hey, we know who's wearing the dress now.
And then all of a sudden, here they come. They start. They get their chop. They get a little good.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? They get a little coaching. You know what I'm saying? They ask me things behind the scenes. K Mega's about, you know what I'm saying, about helping out the community. And then next thing you know, then they go out there and they venture out and then here they come. They disrespect me, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GRG podcast. What's going on, everybody? You know what it is. You know how it is.
It's bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah, oh, my God. Anyway, I thought we got rid of this old man.
The show starts with K Mega admitting L's. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, and then, you know what I'm saying? And now it's international disrespect. I'm getting tired of this shit. I'm about to go to Africa, and then but I got to be cautious because, you know what I'm saying, I'm light-skinned. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, I don't want no trouble. But when I get into South Africa, I can blend in. So then I'm gonna find somebody by the name of Loke.
Just go into the bush.
I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna see that little blue ass. I'm gonna see that little blue ass suit and that little red tie, and I'm gonna yank his ass up, and I'm gonna say, "What'd you say?" Because he don't know how big I am, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude probably look like about 170, 180 pounds, maybe about 5'5". You know what I'm saying? You know, them African dudes ain't too big. You know what I'm saying? But
you know they run in tribes, right? You know you fucked. If you fuck with him, you gotta fuck with all the tribe, bro.
I ain't worried about it. They all munchkins out there, man. They'll see my 6'4" ass out there. You know what I'm saying? They'll be out there if they cower to the light skin to God. But anyway, what's going on? Let me start with this slander.
See, this is evidence. This is evidence that video game is the best medium in the world.
Oh,
Look
man.
at the amount of creativity.
Hey, Sleepy, hey, Chipmunk.
Oh, man.
I'm impressed.
What's wrong with y'all?
You know what I'm saying? They'll be out there if they cower to the light skin to God. But anyway, what's going on? Oh my goodness, let me stop that. Yes, Sleepy. Sir X-Man snuck in again. After saying all those nice things about his.
How did you? Oh my God! No, man, I thought you locked the room, man. No.
What?
Hey, I got to come up in here and talk some shit to some of these people who are talking shit to my brother.
What's going on, man?
Up in here.
Look,
shit to K-Mega.
Tonight
Damn
was
it.
not. We did not. I did not.
He's your boy.
I did not. I did. What's going on, man? I got to lock this room up, man. I don't know what's going on. What Ham said anyway?
You got another God of War fan. Watch him get his opinion too.
What's up, Dark? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you coming through. Ham said he'll be here a little bit later. I think he's over there at Crossfire.
Crossfire,
You know what I'm saying? So,
that show's still on.
I think is it? I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time. But shout out to Moose.
Is that show relevant right now?
It's still relevant.
Want to say
they get more views than we do, so I can't complain. I mean, they're more relevant than us. But shout out to Moochie them. That's my boy and them. You know what I'm saying? I want to have more PlayStation guys come on here, but Dark is just not, because he's too sensible. I need somebody that's ignorant. I'm gonna have to get King Thrash on here. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get. He's too sensible, bro. You know what I'm saying? Loke is he's indecisive. Ham, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Indecisive.
He's
not indecisive. I'm an adult. I know that the company does not like me personally.
They love you. PlayStation loves you, man. That's what they'll tell you. That's what the stands will tell you. Now, Dark, he's a sensible stand, so he knows not to. He knows what's going on. But man, I need to get some crazy ones.
Myself a stand and all, dude.
You're not a stand. You're really not. But anyway, what's going on? Let me start introducing people. Hey, man, this man has been gone for a while. Man, he's going out there, venturing out, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Did his podcast today. I didn't see y'all do the spaces. Did y'all do the space today, Lo?
Yeah, we did.
I didn't. Yeah, I was all up in Persona, man.
Busy playing Persona, man.
I'm one. I beat the so-called hashtag final boss. About 3:30. I'm excited. It's the end game. It's actually the end game. I know that there's a couple of things left to do. But once I get done with that, I'm already at the end of the mythos, so I'm finna knock that shit out. Unless
you're almost done?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And
I thought you was introducing.
You beat it before Kid Smooth even got to the first palace.
He didn't even get to the first. Well, he's been playing other stuff though, and he's been playing God of War. So he's out there. He's on. I love it. I love it. He's on. He's getting his standpoints right now. So shout out to Kid Smooth. But yes. So what's going on with you, Loke? How you been, brother? It's been a while, man. We missed you out here on GRG, man. No trivia today, but trivia will be coming here soon. How you been though?
I've been good. Good. This week was absolutely horrible for me. Terrible.
Was it because you played God of War?
Stop it, Turks, man. Keep interrupting people. Let this man do his intro.
Turks, man, you are foul.
Just stinking.
Why do you think the nurses have to spray his room with Febreze?
I know. They got a bleach. They got a bleach too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, filthy ass. Go ahead, Loke. I'm sorry.
I was saying. Well, I do have a rant prepared for later on in the show.
Ooh, you're gonna do the Mogwai today.
Terrible. It was a terrible week for me. Some context. I got my credit. And my credit, debit, and cash cards blocked because PlayStation won't let me input my banking details because I'm not in a real country according to them. So I have to get PSN vouchers from dodgy ass third-party sites, because even when I try and buy the vouchers from PlayStation on the internet on my computer, it still won't allow me to input my banking details. I don't think PlayStation is probably like there's no ATMs or banks anywhere in Africa besides South Africa.
The disrespect.
I told you Sony don't like black people.
Stop that! Stop that! What are you doing this? Damn, Ye! Come on, man. Yeah, well, that was Ye. What was that? Ye 2002, 2003, something like that.
All right, K-Mega. I had to literally borrow money from people to put gas in my car because my bank detected suspicious movements in my account, and when they got in touch, I confirmed that they were actually suspicious. So my accounts are frozen, while they're trying to reimburse me and figure out what the fuck is happening.
How much did they take, if you don't mind?
No, don't ask that. That's none of nobody's business. What?
I know, right?
Come on, man. Damn.
But Sony is known for taking
okay, but Sir X-Man, this is still the intro, bro.
They did that shit to you,
let the man talk. Damn, please.
Okay. So it wasn't Sony that took the money. The dodgy third-party site took the money. But the only reason I had to go to that third-party site is because Sony is forcing me to do it. I'm now determined to get a Nintendo because I'm very curious to find out how their system works in Africa. Because on Xbox, that shit just works. All right. I don't care how good your crack is. If you can't get digital crack, let me finish, y'all. If you can't get me my digital crack, then your crack ain't shit.
Oh.
All right?
Wow.
I needed it at my doorstep, or it's non-existent. So, K-Mega, to answer your question, it's been a very, very bad week.
I'm sorry, bro.
Damn.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. We'll get more into it. Obviously this had to be something pretty serious because for your intros, there's no lollipops and rainbows.
This goes along with almost what we talked about.
Right. Well, Turks, man, you were right. I just wanted the man just to finish his thing because he wasn't done. But you're right. Mm-hmm. No, the same thing happened to me during the PlayStation 3.
I'm still not done.
Well, no. But for right now, you are. So we'll just go. We definitely going to get back to you when we start talking about God of War and all that other stuff.
No! Did Luke do another rant on PlayStation?
No. Something bad happened to him, dude.
He went on his rant.
I think Loki, you can answer. Is it similar to what happened earlier?
It's the card situation.
Okay, so yeah, it's the exact same thing. Oh my God, you went in earlier.
I just told him this is just the intros. So like he's already broke it down. I said we'll get back into it and let him have his time because obviously this is. These things. I got called a liar because I was talking about my situation. So this is going to be something that's going to be pretty much talked about in depth. So I can't wait to get to that. But since you already in here, Ham Solo, what's going on with you? How was Crossfire?
It was fantastic. I had to do a little bit of Xbox elbowing and defending a little bit.
You got no choice. You got no choice. No choice.
I had to do just a little bit, but for the most part, it was fantastic. It was a good show. Everybody was on the right beat, so I was happy with it.
Excellent. It's a fun show. It's just they just make sure that they have a certain demographic more than to make it even for
beating around the bush. They love PlayStation. That's what you're trying to say.
I
haven't been beating around the bush at all today, and I'm not going to allow it now.
The host used to be one of the most popular Xbox gamers, and now all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying?
I was listening to it a little bit. They wasn't giving God of War that kind of love, man. I was listening. I was like, damn.
So, but
we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But what's going on, Ham? How you been? What's been happening? What you been playing?
So I've been playing this, God of War game. It's a lot of fun. We'll get into all that stuff a little bit later.
Yes, sir.
Also been playing more Persona, getting further into that, and believe it or not, like my homie Stankma earlier was like, quit acting like you've been turning on that Xbox since God of War came out. I was like, shoot, I just played Persona yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about.
Talk soon.
Like with Persona, like where I'm at in the game, being like 70 hours into it, like there is no just putting down. Like that game needs to get finished or forever be like frustrated about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
right.
want to come back to that one in 3, 4, 5, 6 months and then
Right.
be like, I don't know what the hell's going on here anymore.
I hate when that happens.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that up. But I'm playing that God of War and this game called like Tianding. Which is a game that just recently dropped in the Game Pass, side scroller game, beat 'em up. Really fun. Super dope game. I actually think it's better, in my opinion, than Trek to Yomi.
Really?
Slander.
Oh.
Slander.
Yeah, take that, Luke. Take that. Take that.
Wow.
Take that. Take that.
Oh, this is
I hit him with that P. Diddy. Take that. Take that. Take that.
This is from the man. Like Marvel
person who just kind of came in through the back door. What's going on? But happy for him to come through. You know, saying he was here last week. It was fun to have him on. It's fun to have him on. And he's been playing.
Mega botting.
Oh shit! That's on me.
You're botting like crazy.
Oh, my bad. I was trying to do something. I was trying to do something, and that okay. It's going. I'm back, right?
You're still botting.
Are you?
No, you still botting.
Like crazy,
man.
You
I thought
bot.
it was me.
Am I still botting?
Say something again.
Am I good now? Am I good now?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now. Okay. Yeah. I tried to do something too much. I'm still trying to figure out my whole TV connection to my PC. I was trying to sneak and do something that shit ain't working. So never mind. Can't do that. So go ahead.
Built like that.
Built like that. Well, no, it's a long story. I'll explain it later on. But it's got to do with my dog. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to a 178-pound animal in my house. And wires.
What's his name?
Briggs.
Oh, then he's doing his job, man. He's wrecking shit.
He's right. He is. He's definitely his big ass definitely wrecked something. He was about to get knocked across his head. He's big enough for a grown man. He was about to get that left hook. Anyway, but Artemis, what's going on?
Go, Peter. Go, Peter.
What's going on with you, Artemis?
Not much, man. You know, just here to see what you Xbox dudes are gonna talk shit about.
Wow.
Just
you mostly you, bro.
Love the honesty.
Yes.
He's like, I'm here
are you
to monitor.
Xbox dudes saying that we need validation for our games?
Wow. Oh,
got Dark Artemis over here protecting and serving his community.
I gotta protect the PlayStation brand, man.
Nothing wrong with that, bro. Do your thing. Do your thing.
You gotta protect your PlayStation overlord. That's what you
oh my gosh. Oh man. Well,
but no, man. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, bro. I was just like, I'm not doing anything. I'll just stop in and say what's up.
That's right. Yeah, we got jobless people up in this motherfucker. That's why. I appreciate it, man. Well, hey, what you laughing at? I'm going to the next jobless motherfucker here. What's
I don't know. Dark Artemis, I don't know if he's a safe person to have around right now.
Commander.
Yeah. Oh man. No, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, Viper?
Well, technically, I did go to work today, but it was at a different job than what I'm supposed to be working at.
Oh, okay. So I'm the only one that's not working right now. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm still getting paid by my other job, even while I'm off that, so I can get double the paycheck.
That injury money is great money, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Anyway.
So, in terms of today, like I told you earlier, today has been a bad day because some of my favorite people have died. It's a sad, sad day. The voice of Batman, Kevin Conroy, he died today. If anybody remembers the comedian Gallagher, he died.
Yep.
Man, that's...
I remember Black Gallagher.
Wow, the Hammer guy died?
Yeah.
Yes, he's dead.
I thought he'd been gone, actually. I didn't know that. I thought he was gone a long time ago.
That was, I be thinking that Sam Kinison, the one that passed away. So I was like, yeah.
So
that's
the one. Excellent.
It's been kind of rough today, but another thing too, in terms of games that I've been playing Ni no Kuni, getting a little bit further in that. And that Tiang Ding, or actually, as we Jamaicans would say, Ting Ding. And also, I've been wanting to check out Cult of the Lamb because I've seen the previews for that, and I want to get the game. Unfortunately, it's not in Game Pass, but it is like a devil-worshipping Animal Crossing.
I've seen a lot. It's very popular. It's very popular. I know that.
So I probably might drop the $20 on it, or they do have a deluxe edition for. No, it's actually $25 for the regular version and $30 for the deluxe or the cultist edition. Mm-hmm. So, damn. Looks like I'm gonna be using my rewards to pay for some of that. So
get it. Go get it. Xbox rewards, man. Ain't nothing better than them. I'll tell you that. All right.
I usually try to build up my rewards to get the 3 months of free Game Pass and just keep on doing it over and over. But I'm thinking I may want to, get this game instead.
All right, no doubt. And last but not least, we have our man Sir X-Man, you know what I'm saying, who proclaimed retirement from GRG. And
I did not reclaim retirement. I told you when I have a day off, I'll jump in and join you if I'm off.
You've been here ever since.
I've been here ever since.
Yeah, but that was at work. Just different.
He's been working.
That ain't different. When you at work, you ain't supposed to be. You ain't supposed to call. You ain't supposed to say. People are supposed to miss you, and then when you come back, see, Loke did it the right way. Like Loke stayed away, and people like, hey, where Loke go? Where that one guy that does the trivia at? I'm like, oh,
no, you was happy he wasn't here because you didn't get another loss.
Listen to that slander.
You actually started getting, more revenue, and then when he came back, you lost all your revenue.
Oh my God, that part is true. You know what I'm saying? So no, but anyway. Oh my God. So sorry, man. How you been? What you been playing, man?
I've been good. Pretty much, I've been hooked on the new storyline and Star Trek Online. I mean, it is really, really good, and if anyone out there likes playing Star Trek Online, go play it for this storyline, because it is absolutely incredible. They should have been doing the game like this. And other than that, I played Halo co-op today. It's phenomenal.
Nice.
It is really phenomenal. And it works
maybe to get back into that.
Amazingly. I was surprised how good it worked. It still has rubber banding if you go too far, away from your people. But it's
a great distance though. If it's the same as what it was,
right?
Yeah, it was huge distance. Yeah, nobody shouldn't complain about that.
The beta version of that.
Yeah, right? That was gonna say we played the beta. Yeah.
So but man, you guys figuring out stuff and figuring out how to do some of the jumps to get to the higher places and stuff like that together as a team. That's what Halo is supposed to be.
No doubt.
And I'm loving it, and I can't wait to get back and play with my friends and finish the story.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to keep that same energy. No, there's no new story. He just had to beat the regular game.
Right, because I was honestly waiting for the co-op.
Right.
I love playing Halo and co-op. Always have.
The phone.
What'd you say,
didn't play the base game when it came out?
No, I played the multiplayer and stuff like that, but I'm
Sir X-Man, did you finish the campaign when Halo Infinite came out?
Yes. No, not Halo Infinite. No, every Halo I've ever had since the OG Xbox, I have always played co-op with my friends. Okay. And my other friends, they waited for the co-op too. So when
my wife want to say hello. My wife
hello, Mrs.
My wife says hello to everyone.
So we don't know if it's a real person.
Happy birthday. Belated happy birthday.
Oh, Sir X-Man said belated happy birthday.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome. Ooh, she's
real.
That is real.
She is real. What are you talking about? I posted a picture of her on Twitter. What are you talking about?
Like,
She's real.
on Twitter.
She's real. Oh my god.
She's real. I showed a picture of her on Twitter.
Even though we've heard her on. You've heard her,
yeah, like her on Dex.
So.
Yeah, like I'm like, yeah, she is real. What y'all thought? I just had some kind of cardboard white chick around, just yeah. What kind of bullshit is that?
Let me answer that question.
Yeah,
I mean, you are in Oklahoma, so
I am in Oklahoma, but that's definitely not how I do. Listen. Hold on now. Listen.
I am a little concerned for her life now.
Stop it. The metro areas are absolutely safe. Now, if we was in with the sticks, then that might be a problem. But anyway. But even in the sticks, they risk it all.
I can't wait for you
good.
to get to the co-op in Halo.
I don't live in the state. I stay in the metro.
Really this good. I can't wait for you to get into the co-op. It's really this good, dude. I was impressed. I'm impressed.
Hey, man, I have to say this. I told her how many likes and stuff that she got, and then there was some low-key dudes that was trying to holler at my wife without, in front of me. And I told her, and I said, you know what? You got more likes than I did. She's like, well, maybe I might start podcasting. I said, okay, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Make that his money. That's what we're talking about.
Make that money.
Make that money. Look at her. She comes in. She hears me. I love it.
Just tell her not to pick a console, because that's going to tank the air.
Just put on Discord on the Xbox and let her jump in.
Is it snowing? It did snow?
I was
just talking about you. Did you hear me? Oh no, because I told people what you said when I told you that how many likes you got more likes than I did, and then you said you was considering maybe might jump in and do some podcasts or do something like that yourself. Oh, you said you was gonna join Twitter. Oh, okay. And I said, all right, well, go ahead, make Daddy that money. That's it.
I don't know. I don't think Twitter gonna be there that long the way it's going.
What'd you say?
Exactly. Yes.
Look at that. Hey, did you hear that? But see, y'all didn't hear that. Listen to that. You're so messy, girl. Anyway.
What's she say?
I love you. All right. She said, don't I already? And she rolled her eyes at me.
Uh-oh.
And I said,
you on Twitter.
Hey, speaking of snowing, it's gonna start snowing this Tuesday in Chicago. So I gotta get ready for this. Jesus.
Okay, well, people are expecting to hear me talking about games, not talking about everything else. So let's get to it.
Ain't that a bitch?
Oh shit! I appreciate the people in the panel sit there saying,
"How many
what's going on, clowns?
Can't make her full of shit right now."
Man, listen, this is why we have 3.5 hour podcast, man. We had a 34-minute intro.
SOS in the chat.
This is a half-hour podcast.
Yeah, like I'm trying. I'm trying to limit it. Like for me personally, 2.5 hour podcast for us is great, grand. I can rock with that. And if we have anyway. Oh my God. Anyway.
Full of shit.
Oh shit! Anyway, let's get to the topics. All right, this is kind of light. We'll get to we don't have that many topics, but we will. The God of War is definitely next. But not talking about the. Oh yeah, we'll talk about the game. That'll be next. But I got to talk about Nintendo. Something that we haven't really talked about that much on here. You know what I'm saying? And that has nothing to do that we don't like Nintendo or anything like that. It's just that Nintendo news. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something about Nintendo news. Just when the games drop, they're worth talking about. But like Nintendo's news is not as juicy as Xbox or PlayStation's or even PC's news. So we just don't really talk about this. But this is something that's very interesting, right? All right. So Miyamoto, and I said it correctly. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Yeah. All right. Anyway, Miyamoto says it's easier than ever to offer backwards compatibility. So my question to you guys, and I'll start off with our special guest. Well, he's not really too much of a guest. I mean, but I'll start off with Loke. You know what I'm saying on this one. But my question is to you, Loke. Nintendo will Nintendo have this to be a situation where it's good for the consumer by being fan friendly, or will this be something like the Nintendo cardboard where they just do something outlandish, because they haven't committed of saying that the new Switch 2 will be backwards compatibility, will have backwards compatibility or backwards compatible. But it almost sounds like that they're going that direction. They wouldn't have mentioned it if they weren't, if they weren't trying to get people to get excited about the new console that's coming up. So, what do you think? Will Nintendo do the right thing with their customers, or will Nintendo just still stay Nintendo and find a way to hustle? What do you think?
The right thing being providing backwards compatibility, is that the question?
Right. I mean, well, no. I think that they will do backwards compatibility. Well, I mean, do you think that they will do backwards compatibility? Because they haven't confirmed it. But why mention it when you knowing that you have a new console coming up, and just bringing that out of the blue, saying that backwards compatibility is easier than ever? Like, obviously, that's kind of giving a hint to maybe something that's going to be dropping for the Switch 2 or whatever that the new console is going to be called, or hybrid, however people will label their new device. But do you think that it's going to happen, for one, and do you think that Nintendo will make it fan friendly and kind of, not people have to pay as much money or anything like that? Or do you think that they'll kind of do like they did with the cardboard, charge people out the wazoo for games that they've already owned?
Nintendo is going to do what Nintendo always does.
Right.
So I was on the previous, I was on another podcast, the Doom Slayer's Den, and they were talking about prices of like PS5 games being 70, and some people projecting that it would be more expensive, etc. I think that Nintendo will do what they've always done, which is realize they have people that are still paying today for games that came out in 2009. People are still paying $60 for these games. That's why they never lower the prices for Nintendo games. They will implement backwards compatibility, but you will be paying $60 for games from 2000. Just make peace with that. And even if you don't make peace with it, it's going to piss you off, because we all know the games are going to sell like gangbusters. The same way the console is going to come out and it's going to be less powerful than the Series S or the PS4 Pro, and it's still going to outsell the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Nintendo will do their thing because there's demand for what they have or what they had previously. That's it.
Okay. All right. Hashtag Wazoo. That's the word of the week, ladies and gentlemen. I think I just need to come up with words that I've been hearing all my life and just kind of throw them out there, because I do forget that a lot of people that listens to the show aren't from Oklahoma. So I thought that everybody has heard of the word wazoo in that context, but I guess not. So, you know what I'm saying? Clowns over there, crack it up. Sleepy Goblin is already using it. So hashtag wazoo. So Dark Optimus, what about you, man? Do you think that Nintendo's going to charge people out the wazoo? And or are they going to try to be finally fan friendly with their backwards compatibility? If you think that that's where they will lead to, but I kind of found it odd that they just bring it up out of the blue, like they did.
Nintendo, be friendly. It's funny.
Oh, Lord. It's coming from a Sony guy. Oh, my God.
Stop that, Sir X-Man. Why the slander right now? We're talking about Nintendo. God.
Yeah, but it's a Sony guy comparing Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Nintendo's not that bad, dude.
Thank you, Master Cloud X3, sorry.
It's not that bad, but it can be. There's times where it can be. I mean, they don't really have a backwards compatibility option, what they have is their online option, which is basically you pay whatever a month and then you get to play some of their old games.
Wow, who does that sound like?
It's Sony.
Thank you.
Nintendo did it first. So you can blame Nintendo for that. And for me personally, I mean, I don't mind playing old games, but I'm not huge. It's not like the end all be all for me, like if a console doesn't have it, I'm like, okay, doesn't have it. You know, it doesn't bother me that it doesn't have it. I mean, if it was like well, they didn't have it didn't have backwards compatibility for last generation. Like let's just say the PS5 didn't have backwards compatibility for the PS4. I'd probably be a little upset about that because I'd be like, you know, that just, you know, because like the PS4 didn't have backwards compatibility
Nothing.
for the PS3 or nothing, yeah, at all, and that bothered me. That's why it took me a while before I got a PS4. So it was just kind of like, oh well, so I can't play like my old, you know, games on there. But then also the Xbox One didn't have backwards compatibility right away either. They didn't have that until later on. So
Right.
you know, it's just I think it just really depends. Like last generation was a weird generation because Xbox One and PS4 they both came out and they didn't have backwards compatibility right away. But the one thing that Xbox I will say did have is games that I actually wanted to play, which was like Sunset Overdrive, things like that. But the way that Nintendo's doing this, it just I don't like it. I don't like that they made it so that you can't, you know, pop in your game and play it, you know, or get a digital code for your game that you already have, you know. That's the thing that bothers me. It's like, why didn't you guys just figure out a way to do that? Well, that, you know, of course they don't want to do that because they want you to pay more money. They want you to, you know, if you want those experiences, you have to pay for it. But then also, you know, a lot of that stuff that was on the Wii U got ported over to the to the Switch. So
Right.
it's kind of like at that point now where I'm like, I don't really care because it's already ported. All the games that I wanted to play in general are already ported over to the Nintendo Switch. So it doesn't really affect me as much. Um, but yeah, I think they will gouge their customers, you know, like they've always done. And that's just how they've always been. You know, they kind of just do that. They don't. I don't think they really believe in backwards compatibility because I don't think any of their consoles were backwards compatible except for I think the
The
Wii.
GameCube to the Wii.
Yeah,
Well, the Wii
The
U
Wii was
had a lot of
backwards compatible.
yeah,
Yeah, the GameCube, the Wii, and the
And the
Wii U.
Wii U
Yeah.
was too. Yeah, that's
The
right.
Wii U was definitely was I because I played it a lot. I didn't own one, but I played it a lot because there was a fighting game that I liked on there a lot, and there was other titles. I said, oh, those are games that I picked up on the Wii. But of course you
Beautiful
had to
Joe.
that you had to play but I mean that you had to pay top dollar though for. So
Right.
so that's the reason why I'm asking. So you do feel that like Nintendo was gonna get them. All right. Okay.
Oh yeah, dude. I
Well,
mean,
then,
I don't see why
go
they
ahead.
wouldn't, to be honest, because that's just kind of their whole mantra, you know. They just kind of, you know, it's kind of a business model that unfortunately the gaming industry has kind of adapted in a way. Even though Xbox is not the one that has done that. You know, Xbox has been very open to their backwards compatibility by just putting the disc in and it playing. Except it doesn't really work like that. Of course, it's more like it grabs a digital version of the game from the store and then you have to put the disc in order to play the game. So it's a little different than some people think it is. A lot of people just think, oh, well, you can just put the disc in and play it. Well, yeah, that's essentially, yes, that is the case, but it does have to grab that data from somewhere in order for you to actually play the game. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great points. Ham Solo, what about you, brother? What do you think what Nintendo's going to do, man, with this situation? Do you believe that they will implement some backwards compatibility? Also, because we already know about the service that Optimus was talking about. I'm signed up for it. Mine's not due until March of next year. So, and what's crazy is that I appreciate it, but I haven't played any of those games since the first month that I signed up for the subscription. So I don't know, man. That could be definitely looked at as a waste of money. But what do you think, man? Do you think Nintendo is going to do right by the customers, or do you feel like Optimus and like Loke?
Well, I feel like they're going to do right by the customers IP wise. I feel like they're going to get like some of the right IPs out.
I like that little slide. Okay, I got you.
Well, the reason I say that is I think they're going to try to remonetize some of this stuff. I don't think it's going to be $60 unless it's a bundle. But but they're definitely looking to make some sort of cash off of it. They're not going to come out here and just say, "Hey, guess what, you guys? Free products." Like Nintendo doesn't do that.
Right.
So yeah, you'll definitely see it, whether it's within I think it possibly might even be like a tier type of thing added to the service that is currently at play. So I'm really just interested on how they're going to do it. But the IPs will be the one that do the talking for the most part.
Okay. All right. Short and sweet. What about you, Viper? What's your thoughts?
Well, we know how Nintendo is. So, just like Luke said earlier, they don't drop their prices. And I don't really think that they're going to do this backwards compatibility thing because they have their online services. So that's what they're going to do in terms of backwards compatibility. Some of what they're doing is they're going to create another system, and it's going to be a new experience, like they put it. It's a new experience that can only be played on this new Nintendo console / whatever it is that they decide they want to do. Similar to what Sony said in terms of, it's an experience that can only be played on PlayStation 5 due to the SSD or the haptic feedback in the controller and stuff like that. So Nintendo's going to try to do something innovative, and things are going to be completely different, and you won't be able to, have backwards compatibility because they're going to change up the architecture too much to the point where, yes, it will be on their Nintendo online service, but it's not going to be a native experience. So when Miyamoto says that, it's becoming easier and easier to do backwards compatibility, he actually means, it's easy to just go ahead and have it in our online service so that you can pay more money. Nintendo's all about money. They're not about doing anything right by the customer. It's all about that bottom dollar. And I don't see Nintendo doing anything similar to what Microsoft is doing. I don't see them doing anything similar to what Sony is doing. I mean, there are some things that are similar, like, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Nintendo and Sony, they're kind of alike in that aspect where, they're going to have the games come in that you have to pay in order to get the backwards compatibility. But other than that, I don't see Nintendo being altruistic in terms of, saying, yes, here's your previous games that you purchased from us. You can easily play them for free. Not happening.
So, X-Man, are you going to agree with everybody else, or are you going to have a different take?
I am not going to agree with nothing anybody else said.
Really? Okay.
The NES and the Super NES were backwards compatible. And Nintendo.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Mm-hmm.
I could drop in the cartridge from the NES.
I don't think
I know,
they
right?
were,
okay, but okay.
I was able to drop in the cartridge there. After the GameCube could play with the Wii and the Wii U. Nintendo, for those people that don't
that's
say
definitely
Nintendo does not believe in backwards compatibility, that's a farce. They pretty much have done it unless everything changed. The only reason they had to change now because they converted from disc to back to cartridge with the Wii Switch. So there really was no way to do backwards compatibility with that configuration. So
Very good
I
observation.
believe that if they stay with the same design scheme, but they're just upgrading the Switch to, which we all know is going to be probably close to where PS4 and the original Xbox was as far as graphical. He says it's easier to program now for backwards compatibility. That means what they might do is have a slot for the new cartridges if they stay in a cartridge-based system, and the old cartridges, like a lot of systems used to do back then. So if they do that, they're going to tell you can just slap your cartridge in and play the game. They do it with their Game Boys. Let you play an older version, with a new Game Boy, and then you can play and put the new cartridges in. So I believe that they are going to follow. I mean, Nintendo and Microsoft, they cool with each other. They do not have a problem with each other. So they're probably going on the way Microsoft does it, but in their own way. So they can have a leg up, and they're probably sending fuck you to Sony because the VR. Because as soon as people found out the VR wasn't backwards compatible, Nintendo says we're gonna make our stuff back. We got the ability to make our stuff backwards compatible. Eat that, Sony.
Go ahead.
I had to throw that in there, right?
I know you just can't wait till this next topic, so you can just feed the mob
I don't
become
even
that
really
gremlin.
want to talk about it. I've heard so much about it, man. I vented yesterday.
On backwards compatibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
think
believe Nintendo wants to keep their fans happy with the games they bought. Their games cost enough. They never go down in price. So why are we gonna charge you again for a new rendition of it when we could just set it up where you can just play what you previously had and stay with the people you play with? Smash Brothers, Splatoon 3, their top game. Why would you not make that instantly backwards compatible to keep it going? Because you're not going to have really that many big new games when you first start. So you keep your backwards compatibility, and people are ready. Also, will be ready for the games that you come out with. Nintendo's not that stupid. They're smart over there, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. And that's my feeling.
All right. Okay. I mean, anybody want to object?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Not object. I just want to add to what I said about backwards compatibility. I think we underestimate the importance of this. I don't know if it's a service or whatever. A lot of people like to pretend as if no one plays all the games.
Right.
But we need to support the platforms that do. So, like the day before yesterday, I think it was today. We were discussing Need for Speed Unbound.
Can't wait.
I got this crazy. This crazy. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I'm hyped for that game. I can't wait to get it. That's a day one for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
So I got this craving to play Need for Speed Underground 2.
I know. I saw that in the chat.
Yeah, and then it hit me. There's no Need for Speed Underground 1 or 2 on Xbox or PlayStation. Never mind Nintendo. It's just PC. And on PC,
original Xbox and PlayStation 2.
Bro, ain't nobody got time to have 20 consoles like Ham Solo.
I got about that many consoles as Ham.
Yeah, dude, I'm talking about the average gamer, bro.
The average gamer. Yeah.
The newer gamers, yeah.
Well, not just gamers in general. I mean, they trade their consoles once they get an opportunity so they can try to pay for the new console. So yeah.
Some people do.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Most people do.
I don't. I keep my old consoles, but you know that.
But go ahead, Lo.
Yeah, so my point is I think we need to value more we need to give more value to backwards compatibility because these games they literally are our legacy, and too many of us are just willing to let them just die and just move on from them, especially like the single player ones. So it was just very sad for me. Like when I searched on the consoles and I confirmed something I already knew, obviously. But I'm just saying with Nintendo, if Nintendo charged $60 for me to get Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, I'd consider getting it. That's all I'm saying. To the window.
To the wall. But I think what Loke's trying to say, I think I said, we have to preserve, somewhere we got to still preserve our gaming heritage. You know, some of these younger people and newer people need to know where it all came from. You know, say, I heard about that. I want to try that out. You know, we got to protect the heritage, man. That's why backwards compatibility is still a beautiful thing. It is.
I totally agree with that. But I just
seamless backward compatibility.
Right.
No offense to the old consoles.
right.
No streaming it from your cloud.
Yes.
PlayStation.
So, but stop it, boy. The slander, Jesus Christ! Can you hold off from saying?
Dude, I've heard some of your slander over the years,
I mean, can we say PlayStation slander for PlayStation topics? Damn! Like, I mean, every other. We're talking about Nintendo right now.
Oh, nah, Nintendo.
Just like Xbox dudes, just bring up old
see, this is what a PlayStation dude will say, right? Come on, man.
Hey, Dark, don't even try it. Some of y'all over there in PlayStation 1, some of y'all older games. Don't even try that shit.
Sir X-Man, you sound like those fanboys that Ono it's Alex was talking about. Motherfuckers just got a brand new game.
Exactly.
I'm not mad. You heard me yesterday. I hope people enjoy God of War. I love God of War. I played all the God of Wars.
Okay, that's the next topic. Don't, Sir X-Man. We're still on this topic.
Good segue.
Yeah, this is a good segue. But Sir X-Man got to stop that. He got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted. Listen, we're going to get into it. But there's still just one piece of this, because Viper said that he wanted to say something about the Nintendo thing, and then we're going to get into it. And so X-Men, you're going to be first when we talk about it, about God of War. So Viper, did you have a rebuttal against what Sir X-Man was saying, or anybody else?
No rebuttal in terms of that. I mean, we have differing opinions on it, but you know, I mean, I see where Sir X-Man was coming from in terms of, you know, you had the Game Boy, then you had Game Boy Advance, and then those were compatible with each other.
Right.
You had the 3DS, 2DS, and sometimes the 3DS was compatible with the Game Boy Advance cartridges, but after a while they weren't. So Nintendo has a history of doing that on their portable systems and on their disc-based systems. But like I said before, Super NES and NES were not compatible with each other, and neither was N64 compatible with them either. If you wanted to play,
N64 wasn't.
If you wanted to play NES games on Super NES, there were these third-party adapters that were not licensed by Nintendo and could possibly damage your system. But those were some third-party adapters that you would snap on the top of the Super NES, and you could plug in your NES cartridge to that, and that is how you would be able to play it. But sometimes it would not even work, because I actually had one of those.
We had it too.
So yeah, I mean, like even with the old school Sega Master System and the Genesis, those were compatible with each other because Sega made sure.
I got them here, right? Because I got the drop down top that you put on top of the Genesis.
Exactly.
Right.
The Sega Genesis did that.
And it even had the card slot for the ones that you had for card and cartridge.
Yes.
So yeah, I had them.
Yep.
They did.
So yeah, there was other companies.
System.
Yeah, there were other companies that did that, and Nintendo really didn't want to do it. But in some way, they were forced during the disc-based division. Is when they did GameCube to Wii, then Wii to Wii U. They had to do it because they said, "Oh, it's the same. It's technically the same innards of the systems."
Right.
Yeah, so they had to do it. But then in terms of the cartridge, yeah, they didn't want to do that. So, but like I said, in terms of the handheld stuff, yeah, they did that because they knew that so many people had the Game Boy, and so many of those same people were flocking over to Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy SP, the 3DS, the 2DS, all of that stuff. So they knew they had those groups of people, so they said, okay, let's keep them happy in terms of the handheld. Now on the console side, I don't know about that. And with this, with the Switch going over into whatever it is that they're trying to make now, Switch 2, I mean, hopefully they use something with the power of a 2070 so that people can have better playing games on a Nintendo system, because what they got right now with the X1 chip, that ain't it. I mean, I look at The Witcher being played on that. That's terrible. And even Doom being played on it, that's also bad. So, I mean, I even saw some of the stuff for Sonic Frontiers. My God, that is horrible.
I heard it's glitchy. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh my God, it's a pain. So they need to update their system, at least get it to the level of a 2070. If you get it up to a 3070, that'll be great. But I don't.
Oh no, you're not gonna get no 37. Yeah. Now you just talking extra. Now you just waste your time. They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
They can get it to a level of a PS4,
a 2060 or a 2070 quality. That will work 100%, because I have a 2070 and I see tons of benefits within my PC. So, and it's
plus,
still
don't
affordable.
Forget the DLSS too. Because I mean, they're already working with NVIDIA right now. Do the DLSS so that you can actually
they're gonna do that. Nintendo's hardware has never been in question. Anybody that questioned Nintendo's hardware, even the Wii U, the Wii U was just the hardware itself, which was could still play. It was just the controller. Well, I should say the device that's playing the games was fine. It was the way that console was. It just didn't gravitate because of the fact of
big. I held one.
Well, I don't think it was the controller just being too. It was awkward as hell, but I think it was more of and really, it's one of those things that you think about. The Wii U was the kind of like the Xbox One of that generation, and then it's evolved into the Switch, because that was kind of like what that controller was like a smaller version of the Switch. So,
well, you know what they were actually trying to do? They were trying to copy off of what the Sega Dreamcast did with the VMUs.
Yeah.
So you would have the little screen there, and then you could do certain things on the little screen. But say for instance, you're doing like a 3-player or 4-player game. Each of you would have your own little screen, and then other people would look at the screen and say, oh, what are they doing? What type of moves in football are they doing? I mean, that's what they were trying to do, but it didn't work out as well.
Yeah. No, Master Clowns, I'm saying, member for 20 months. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. He said there, he appreciated it, but he basically just kind of said, look, man, all right, cool. And you know what I'm saying? So he says he's got some things to say. It was reserved, but I think it's reserved for our next topic. But only thing that I have to say for it is that it is refreshing to hear Nintendo talk about that they are all in with backwards compatibility. Sir X-Man, I don't disagree with you on that aspect of trying to kind of throw that jab at Sony.
See, I knew I wasn't the only one.
No. I see the point. Like, I see the point, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you just kind of throwing it out there. Like, just, I mean, damn, save the Sony slander for a Sony topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when Crispy sit there and talk about Gears and we're talking about like hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shout out to
Damn, Sleepy 40 months.
Yeah,
Holy
Sleepy been here from damn near the whole beginning. Listen, that Piper been here 10 months. Look at that.
Bow down to you.
Your boy bow.
That's dedication, boy.
Man, because we've been making some great content. You know what I'm saying? Share this shit out, matter of fact, while we talking about it.
I did already twice, bro.
Yeah, no. I need to be sharing it out myself. I haven't done
refunds,
that.
Right, K-Mega?
Did you ask him, does he do refunds?
That man is here every week. Every time that we do a show, he's here. Obviously, the content is quality enough for Sleepy Goblin to be here. I love it. I love that Clowns is here. The Master Clowns is here. I love
Sony
that.
Exec right now.
You know what I'm saying? Listen. You know what I'm saying? Dragonheart Yobi here. You know what I'm saying? We got, listen to this, man. We got people up in here, man, but we going to give you what you want. We going to give you what you want.
Cozy.
Yeah, I see Cozy. Cozy being disrespectful.
Cozy, come on in.
We need
oh my God.
This is a big old sausage party with Cozy. Get in here.
I know, right? We do need some ladies up in here. But anyway, all right, so here we go, God of War. And this is a two-part question, right? Because I kind of want to start off with God of War, what people's thoughts of it. But this is where we're going to do it different. For the people who have not played God of War, we are going to talk about it first. And then the people who have got a chance to play God of War, they will critique us. They will let us know if we're right or we're wrong, and give us their thoughts. And then after that, we'll break it down to another part of this, which is in regards to Game of the Year aspirations for both Elden Ring and for God of War, and or any other game that's available that you think that could be in the running for Game of the Year. But right now, let's talk about God of War. And so I'll start off first, and then after that, I'll go straight to Sir X-Man. For me, this is my thought about it. I said this on the next podcast last night. I'll say it again. God of War looks great. But for me personally, for a game that's a PlayStation 4 title, I'm not paying $70 for it. I'm just not. I don't know why people still have this thought perception to make it seem like, oh, man, it's a PlayStation. No. If PlayStation gave me reward points like Xbox did, then I would have got God of War day one. The problem is, and then on top of that, I would have helped out Lope. I just don't even know, but I don't know how that would work. I don't know if because it's a region situation. But I'm not paying $70 for no PS4 game. I'm just not. I'm not paying $70 for no Xbox One game. I'm just not. I mean, Starfield could come out to be $70, but you know how I can get out of that? Just like I got out of it with Gotham Knights and with I can't remember the other game that I picked up, but I'm not paying $70 for no game for no game that's available on Xbox One. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it, and I'm still going to be reluctant once those games only are on. Well, Gotham Knights is only on, I believe, is only for the new consoles, but I'm still not doing it. I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet. Eventually, I might bite, but I'm not biting right now. So for my thoughts about God of War, for just a little bit to see, the last God of War, I went fully in depth. I watched like two or three streams from beginning to end of God of War, of the God of War. I was so against the new direction of where they went with God of War. It grossed me out. It really did, because I loved David Jaffe's versions of God of War, the violence, the storytelling, everything with that. And then of course, Norse mythology. I'm cool with Norse mythology, but nothing was like Greek mythology. That's my favorite mythology out of all mythologies. So to me, it was like, okay, this was cool. This game looks Rise-ish. I wasn't one of these people that was talking about jumping and all that other stuff. There was Stance that was trying to lie about that and all that. But I had to give it up to Sin Vendetta. He hooked me up with it. He said, "Man, just try it." And I did, and I fell in love with it. Great game. I was reluctant because somebody else was working on the game other than David Jaffe, and then Cory Balrog, he sold me. Game is great. The thing that I have the biggest problem with, for what I've seen, and that's why I can't say that the game is good, bad, or indifferent, is the overhype factor. It's the same thing with Persona. I tried to explain that about Persona 5 when it first came out, when people was labeling it the best JRPG ever made. It got all 10s, it was this and that. As a person who's played about 10, 15 hours of the game on when it first dropped on PlayStation, and then now I'm like 176 hours into it now, into this version on Xbox with Royal, and I'm almost done with the game. I still stand by what I say. It's not the best JRPG that I ever played. Is it a fantastic JRPG? It is a fantastic JRPG. It is one of the best ones out there, no doubt. It deserves the credit. But that's the thing that I feel that is the problem with me with God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok reminds me a lot of Miles Morales. I think, and Spider-Man. Miles Morales is a better story than Spider-Man, in my opinion. There was more to do in Miles Morales with what you could do with Miles compared to with Peter. So that's why I like the game, I think, better. So I had a better feeling within the game because, of course, it was a black protagonist, things like that, or, a person that was of mixed culture. And I just thought that the story, the music, everything with that game was just better. And that's how I look at with God of War Ragnarok. Not something that is overly significantly better than 2018, but it fills in the gaps to make the game still feel good, and it should be really, and the game should get its accolades. But when you talk about high praise, like saying that it's outdoing The Witcher, and side stories and things like that, that's when I think people need. That's why I can't co-sign that. I just can't. So if I'm wrong about that, I can't wait to hear what these guys got to say. I think that the game is a quality looking title. PlayStation has got. I thought Horizon was going to be that game that was going to be the one that does the change, because I've seen the leaps and bounds compared to Horizon Zero Dawn compared to Horizon Forbidden West. Like, I thought that was going to be the game that set the bar for the year. Didn't do that. So God of War is still holding the candle, and which that's fine, because God of War is still my favorite game for my favorite franchise on PlayStation. But I just feel that the overhype is ridiculous. And I feel that the game is a good quality game, should be contender of game of the year, but I don't see enough of what I've seen between God of War 18 to God of War Ragnarok to where it's like, oh shit, this game right here is, I can see fundamental differences to the next level that makes me know that this game is that much in the pantheon of some of the best made games ever made. So that's my point on it. Sir X-Man, what's your thoughts about this game for what you've seen? Because I know that you haven't played it. Do you agree with me to certain aspects, or do you think that I'm a little off base, or what?
Yep. And I got just one quick thing to add, and you can let somebody else take over.
Okay.
I think the rating on the game is based on, I'm sorry, the awards to try to beat out Elden Ring.
Well, that's
my thought.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I think the game is probably really good. I'm sure it is. Sony pretty much most of the time make good games. God of War, they've always made a good God of War over time. So I'm not disputing the game. I'm just disputing the score. Because to be this close to the awards, there are some reviewers out there that are just rating it so it can probably get Game of the Year and make more money for Sony and have them sell more systems later on down the line.
Okay.
That's just my thoughts on it. Mm-hmm. Somebody else can carry on after that.
All right. So who else hasn't played it? Viper, you haven't played it. What is your thoughts about God of War Ragnarok for what you have seen and maybe what you've watched so far.
Okay, so from what I've seen, yes, it does look. Like you, I'm not spending $70 on the game.
Right. No. I'm just
I will wait until it gets on PC before I go ahead and put money on it, because right now I'm still playing God of War 2018 on the PC. I haven't gotten that far because it hasn't been holding my interest. But I'm also the type of person that once I start something, I have to finish it. So my thought process of this is that once I finish 2018, yes, I'll get it on the PC and I will finish up the story because I don't like leaving things unfinished. This feels like it's just a continuation. I don't feel like it is I don't feel like it's a complete game based on the things that I've been seeing. I do feel like it is like Miles Morales, just an extension onto the story. I've even heard some people state that if they had put this with the first God of War, it would have been just one full, complete story. So for them to split it up like this, like I said, I think it is like DLC. Now, I'm looking in the chat, and Tryhard Fan said that if you've played Ghost of Sparta, then you'll be extremely happy with Ragnarok.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
So if that's the case, then
then you know what Ghost of Sparta is, right? Like Ghost of Sparta is its own game, but when I say that it's like Miles Morales, that's kind of like how I see Ghost of Sparta as well. Like it's a great game. No, you can't take nothing away from Ghost of Sparta, but it just doesn't feel like, for instance, for me, and that's all. I'm only going by feeling because I have not played the game. So therefore, that's why I'm waiting for the guys who has played it to let me know if I'm wrong or if we're wrong or not. Is that this makes the difference between like Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2. Like I don't think God of War 2018, the God of War Ragnarok is the same, is in that same pedigree
like that. Variant.
Right. So yeah, what do you think, Viper?
Oh wait a minute. Alcoholics in the room.
Oh, stop that. What's going on, Cozy?
I ran here just for you.
Thank you.
You so sweet.
Oh God.
Yeah, stop that. He's an old dirty man. You should have just waited till he wasn't here.
Cool peeps, dude. She cool peeps.
I dare you to say God of Snore.
God of Snore. God of Snore. I can sum up all the problems I have as an original God of War fan with the new God of War.
Wow.
You meant that.
Oh, you played the new God of War?
I wouldn't. You know why? Because I don't play games to watch cutscenes. Treating me like rewarding a cutscene is the most disgraceful thing to do.
I heard about that too.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to be rewarded with bits of cutscene. Like, make it skippable and don't make it, like, a mandatory part of the experience. Telling in a video game, like, having to have cutscenes to, like, get to, like, the smaller bits of action is so trite and tired and done, and everyone does it. And yes, that's just how video games function, but it doesn't do anything new, inventive, creative. It's just like, okay. And then when you force it on me, I notice, because I'm like, the first thing I want to do when you set me up for a game is play it. I don't want to watch it.
Oh God! The
slander
is delicious. Oh my God! But anyway, okay, Cozy.
So that is also why I take it very personally with the new ones.
Okay, well,
so
hold,
you know
hold
what? You know how I was slanderous last week?
Yes.
You know how I was slanderous last week? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more tame this week.
I see that.
Right?
I see that.
She took up the mantle for me.
All right. So, okay.
She brought out the Mogwai this week.
She is. We fed the Mogwai to her. Yeah, the Mogwai is fed. It's after midnight, ladies and gentlemen. The gremlin is coming.
Comment section. Whoever wants to comment cozy, come correct. Otherwise, we're gonna call you sexist. Go.
Okay, so all right, let me make this. Okay, so all right, Viper. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add, or you were done?
Oh
Okay.
no, I didn't have
Okay.
anything to add because I mean it's basically until I finish up 2018, I'll go ahead and get Ragnarok. But like I said, I am not about to, do any slander on the game. I'm not about to hype it up either. And also, I agree with Sir X-Man that I don't think these scores are warranted. I mean, if you've got a lot of people stating that, hey, it's just the same old, then why are you getting perfect scores? Because no game is perfect.
That's a really good question. Now, that will be something that I'll ask you guys after I hear everybody's point about those scores. I will ask that question before we get to the next kind of half of this. I think that's a really good point. But all right, so let me go ahead and see. Okay, so I know that Ham's played it. I know that Dark has played it. Loke, I got to come to you because I don't know if you got a chance to get your hands on it or not. I don't think you did. And I know that you want to get your rant going. And Cozy already kind of put it out there. So I'll get her finishing touches before we get the guys that actually played it out there. I mean, I see True Fan, he gave his thoughts. But
and y'all are trying to get as absolutely messy as possible and leave me and Dark Optimus to clean up y'all's filthy motherfucking mess.
That's why
I can't wait till K-Mega gets me.
Yeah, you see, but do you see
Feeling heavy on the mic there, bruv.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. But you see the strategy. The strategy is sweet. So you know what I'm saying. I gotta get
on a cupcake.
I gotta get the sour before I get to the sweet, baby. I gotta get. Anyway, all right. So Lo, let's go. Your thoughts about God of War Ragnarok, something that you were so anticipated to. Sony fucked you over. Break it all down, because I know that you started it off at the beginning of the show. But I want to hear it from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? Get your rant, go in, let us know, and how you feel about what we've been saying so far for the people who have not played it. Are you in the same boat with us, or do you feel differently?
Okay, so first off, I bought God of War Ragnarok 3 times.
Oh, Sony appreciates you.
No. So what I did was I bought PSN vouchers. I bought PSN vouchers to the value of $100 US, because that's how much we pay down here. So I bought it with my cash card. That's what I usually use.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the PSN voucher. I got a waiting response from one dodgy site. I didn't get the code. A week went by. We were closer to the launch, and I was like, fuck it. I found another website. Then I used my debit card, and same thing happened. And then there's like 2 days before the launch of God of War, and I took my credit card and I went to a third site, and nothing.
Betrayal.
One more purchase, you would have gotten to the level 4 of the PlayStation Stars.
Bro. Anyway.
No, he would have to get 140 something trophies, so he wouldn't have gotten to the 4 tier.
Oof.
Anyways, my bank got in touch with me after I started getting a whole bunch of weird reactions from the transactions, because what happened was when I bought the game with my credit with my cash card, I tried to go to another site and use the same cash card, and for some reason the second site wouldn't accept the cash card. I didn't know that the bank had already blocked it. So they blocked my cash card, my credit card, my debit card. And I haven't gotten my vouchers. I haven't played God of War. Really, like, you know this, K Mega Ham Solo. I've been psyched for this game since I finished or since I played Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And this pretty much ruined, like, it's ruined a lot of what gaming is for me right now. I'm not very optimistic about it. We don't have video right now, but if we had video behind me, I have my PS5. It's not plugged in. It took everything in me not to take it and smash it or do something.
Wow.
I'm not angry. I'm filled with rage. So when you ask me about God of War, I really don't care about God of War. I want to talk about Sony.
Okay.
Master Clown X3 says I've experienced likewise via Sony. Don't let this experience ruin gaming for dude. It's rough. I had to borrow money from people for gas because I was just too focused on getting fucking PSN vouchers. And yeah, so about God of War, bruv, just no. I want to talk about Sony.
Go ahead.
That's all.
That's fine.
You want me to do the rant right now?
Okay. We'll wait till everybody's done and then we'll let you do the rant. Unless you want to do the rant right. No, everybody. Do y'all want him to do the rant now? So, because I mean, it's warranted.
How long is it going to take?
First.
Okay, let's stay on topic. Okay, let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. Okay, so after we're done with this, we'll come back to you for your rant because obviously Ham Solo knows exactly what you're going to say. So I better
do, and I just don't know how I talk about a video game being dope after he says what he has.
Okay. So that's
hard
fair.
to do.
That's fair. Okay. All right. So we will come back to you on that. So save every bit of that juice for later.
Bottle that rage.
Right. So I will go to you on this one, Artemis, next, because you have played the game. Do you agree with anything that the people who have not played it? Do you agree with some of what we've been saying? Do you think that we're full of shit? Where do you feel about the game yourself as you've been playing it?
I'll never say that you guys are full of shit because you guys haven't played the game yet.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that you guys are blind to how the game is because the game it's a full-on sequel to God of War 2018. Okay. It's actually even better than God of War 2018, in my opinion.
Okay.
It has boss fights in it that are fucking awesome. Like, especially if you play it on the harder difficulties, you will get the full experience of the combat and because right now I'm playing it on Give Me No Mercy, and it is fucking brutal. It reminds me of a Souls game, but it also is fair, to that, where you have to know what you're doing when you're playing the game. Graphically, I think it looks about the same as God of War 2018. I mean, it doesn't look absolutely amazing. I mean, it looks gorgeous. It's a gorgeous looking game, but it's not.
Fred went as far as saying that he still feels that God of War, that Gears of War 5 and Hivebusters look better than or on par with God of War Ragnarok.
I would say it was probably
on par. I disagree with that.
Probably on par.
Okay. Right.
In terms of just the way it looks, I mean, it looks good. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying that it's a bad looking game, because it's not. But this game actually, with God of War 2018, it did start out slow. It did start out pretty slow. Kind of, get you kind of in the mood of playing the game and stuff. But then with this one, they throw you right in. They throw you right in. I mean, they have a few little, but they're not like cutscenes. Like, I know what Cozy's saying, like cutscenes. They're not really cutscenes. They're
They're
more like
cutscenes to me. I know what you're talking about. It's a cutscene.
they go into like it's like gameplay going into a cutscene, then coming out of the cutscene.
That's even worse. That's what I'm saying.
It's not. It's really not that bad, because
that
aren't
to me
that
makes
long.
it worse, because I just want to kill things. That's all I want to do is fight and kill. I don't want the whole cinematic thing. I don't like that.
And that's what you do in this game. A lot of it. You do a lot of killing. This one, I think, is a lot bloodier and a lot gorier than 2018.
It's not about blood and gore. It's about, all I want is the action. I don't care.
It
does. It has all that stuff. I'm just saying it does have all that stuff. It has all the action. It has all the stuff that you would want.
I forgot.
Granted,
I should have asked Cozy first, but I forgot that. I did forget. That I needed to go to her, but go ahead, and I'll go to her right afterwards. And then let him. So
granted, I do get that if you're not a cutscene person at all, like you don't like cutscenes at all, then yeah, that's understandable that you would. I just don't understand how you would want to skip the cutscenes, because how are you going to get the story?
Because that's part of the story.
If a game is good, it should stand alone just by its action. There are plenty of games that people are like, "Oh, that is a great story."
I think it does.
And
I think it stands on its own by its action.
You can't. So I can't. I'm not allowed to experience it. So I'm not going to experience it because I can't do the thing I want to do, which is skip all the cutscenes.
I can't argue with that. I mean,
so they won't let you skip it, huh? Okay. Well, I mean,
but
give it options, but yeah,
not even on the replay.
I'm not gonna. That's the problem. Like, if you have to do it on the replay, it's like, I've already played it. I'm not gonna try.
I just think that it's a lot more than what some people are saying it is.
Okay. All right. So the point that I was saying, like, from the leap from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2, you would say
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's like that.
Okay.
Where it goes from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2. I don't think it's in that realm. I think it's more of like it's a full-on sequel. It's kind of like Horizon Forbidden West, where Horizon Zero Dawn was kind of very similar to Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, there are things in God of War Ragnarok that make it a lot better of a game than God of War 2018, because there's a lot more traversal in the game than there was in 2018. I think the action is a lot better than 2018. And don't get me wrong, 2018 was good. It's just I think this game is a lot better. I think this is kind of what they wanted it to be. I think this is what they wanted God of War 2018 to be, and they did it with this one. I think that it's I think that it does have I think there are people who are sitting here saying that it's not as that it's DLC and all this stuff, and it looks the same as God of War 2018. And honestly, I don't feel that. I don't feel, when I play the game, I don't feel like I'm playing 2018 God of War. I feel like I'm playing a new God of War. I don't feel like that at all. Because the menu system's different. There's a lot of accessibility options and things like that 2018 didn't have. I just feel like I think there are some people out there that are trying to, not necessarily, I'm not saying anybody on the panel or anything like that, but I think there are people out there who are playing the game but are not really, like, are trying to not enjoy it just because they want something else to win Game of the Year. I personally don't think it's game of the year. To be honest, I don't think God of War Ragnarok is the game of the year. But I didn't think that.
Yeah. We're gonna
didn't
get
think
into
that with
that
2018
because you played
anyways.
both games. Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
we'll get into that to the next part of this. But
oh, okay. So you want to
yeah.
get into that?
Yeah. Next part of
I'll
this.
respect you on that one and not say anything further.
Okay.
But I think that I think if you are wanting to play this game, play it. I do think it's worth the $70. I do think that it is I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, but I would say that it's a badass game. And honestly,
it looks
I think
badass. God of War is badass by itself. Like, I mean,
I feel
God
like
of War has always been badass. Every God of War has been out there has been badass. Even Ascension.
I feel like 2018 kind of, how do you with Atreus, I felt like you were just kind of dragging him along.
Atreus was annoying. Yes, Atreus was annoying in the first part of the game.
And Atreus in this one is not annoying. He's like wanting to like fucking he wants to fucking beat the shit out. He wants war. Like he says he doesn't want war, but you could tell like he wants to fight,
Yeah.
And he's a lot better in this one because he's older now and things like that, and it doesn't feel like you're constantly holding his hand the whole time, because there are moments where you do actually get to play as him. Spoiler alert, sorry.
I heard Pred talked about it. Yeah.
Pred said something about it. So there are parts of that.
Yeah.
Which
we've already heard that from Digital Foundry and some other places that you play as Atreus.
Okay. I didn't know if you guys heard anything like that. His moments are fucking cool. Like he's like more of my play style when it comes to games, that quick, fast paced style, So it kind of when you go back to Kratos, I'm like I'm like there's moments where I'm like it's hard for me to kind of get back into the groove of playing as Kratos, but that's just me. That's just a me problem.
So basically, what they're setting you up for is that the next God of War game is going to be Atreus and not Kratos. Then
possibly, I'm not sure yet. I haven't gotten to the end of the game.
But why would you want to spoil that though, Viper? I mean, even if that was the case,
spoiling it. I'm not spoiling it. I'm just putting it out there that that's not.
I mean, that could be a possibility. I mean, that could be like a spin-off thing, maybe. I don't know yet.
Exactly.
I haven't gotten to the end of the game
yet.
The
fact that they're letting you play as Atreus, that lets me know that.
I mean, I'm with you on that because I've made my stance on that. But this is the difference, though. In Spider-Man, you played as Mary Jane Watson. I don't think they're going to be a Mary Jane Watson game.
Yeah, they would never make a Mary Jane Watson.
Now I know that. It would be. Oh man, because her shit was boring as hell.
Hold on, Into the Spider-Verse.
I never watched that. I never watched that show.
Oh,
that movie. I never watched that movie. Never watched.
You mean
good? It's the best Spider-Man movie.
You mean have her be fucking Spider-Gwen? That would be retarded. I would never.
No. Because you would have different alternate universes. Of course, you'd have Spider-Gwen, but you could also have Mary Jane. Well, actually, Mary Jane was wasn't she the cat?
No, she was. Black Cat was what's her name?
I forgot what the Black Cat's name
Felicia.
Was. Yeah, Felicia.
Felicia. Yeah.
Okay. Her dad was a criminal. Was a big time thief or whatever.
But yeah, I just think that people that are saying that God of War is just DLC and stuff, they should give it a chance before they kind of. I mean, if you don't want to pay the $70, that's fine. Don't do it. Don't do it. But once it does go on sale, pick it up, play it. I honestly think that a lot of you guys will enjoy it. To be honest, if you enjoyed 2018, I think you'll enjoy this one.
Yeah. I can't say that I enjoyed 2018.
Whoa,
Yeah, if you
all
didn't
right.
enjoy 2018, you probably won't like it.
You'll hate this one. All right, okay. So thank you, Dark.
I don't think you'll hate it, but I think you'll enjoy it more than 2018. But I don't
No,
think
it's the
you'll be
cutscene
like,
thing. To put in perspective how much I hate cutscenes, people were like, "Oh, you should play Jedi Fallen Order." The beginning of the game, I literally shut it off because I was like, "I'm not sitting through whatever the fuck this is."
See, that's just a thing.
Then cutscenes wise, you. Honestly, I'm surprised you even got through the 3 God of War games because they had cutscenes too. But
they were more fun to play.
Yeah, they did have quick time events, didn't they?
Yeah,
it was like very. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
That's the thing where I think the difference between kind of Sony is where they, for me, and it's not a problem per se, but I do understand when other people that has a problem with it, where Sony wants to make every one of their big titles. That's why I think I like Horizon Forbidden. I like the Horizon games so much. It's because it's not about all deep cut scene. It's an open world, big, just get in there and do what you got to do. But everything else that's not on that open world, that's more linear, they're going to give you cutscenes. Even though like Spider-Man gave you like cutscenes, but that's building up on a character though.
I wanted to love Horizon.
I feel like God of War Ragnarok in 2018 had that aspect too. You know, because when you get to the side stuff and exploring more, you are doing a lot of that where you're not really getting the cutscenes as much.
Right.
But once it does go into the linear stuff, it does get cutscene.
I don't have a problem with the cutscenes like that, but I got you.
I just don't. And to speak on my last point, to speak on the whole Witcher thing, I know that came up during a review or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. That's complete bullshit.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
Because The Witcher had fantastic side quests.
Man, no
God
game.
Of War,
no game.
God of War has side quests,
except for Mass Effect.
God of War does have. I'm not gonna say that God of War doesn't have.
Remind me.
Good side quests like this time around. Ragnarok does have good side quests, and they are definitely a lot more fleshed out than 2018 or any other game that's come out in the last couple of years. But to say that they're better or on par with The Witcher's side quests,
dethroned. He said dethroned.
No, it doesn't dethrone that.
No.
So would you say that some of these side quests are similar to how the Tomb Raider side quests were?
I would say they're more on par with The Witcher 3, but I wouldn't say that they're better.
Tomb Raider.
You install my fucking Tomb Raider shit.
Like, what do you? Well, come on now, stop being biased. I mean, he's being honest about this. So he's saying that they're deep. They're deeper stories. Okay, so let me ask this question, and then
they're a lot deeper than the Tomb Raider ones.
Okay, so basically, so like the stories about. Oh my God, stop it. Okay, so like the stories about the story about the dragons, right? That was a pretty deep story in 2018. So all those side stories are on that level of
on that
deepness.
level.
Okay,
but a little bit better. They're a little bit more.
That's exciting. That's exciting because I love those dragon stories. I was fully enthralled into that. Like I was like, oh, this shit. I got to find all 3 of these dragons. So or these dragon heads or whatever. I forgot what they. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I thought that was so that's impressive. Okay.
Honestly, I'm playing through the story just so that I can get to more of the side quest stuff. Like that's like
that's
how
good
I
stuff.
feel right now.
So my last question. Yeah. Okay, so that'll be my last question to you, and then I'll go to Cozy, and then I'll go to Ham last.
Don't forget Loke and his rant.
But Loke is not. That's at the end. Okay, so but Loke is not forgotten.
Sure, he's not. Yeah.
But I
feel bad for him.
Okay, so are you telling? Okay, so that's the thing I kind of want to know. Is the story because you kind of sound like the story is good. The main story is good, but it seems like there could be room for improvement. Is that accurate so far, or where are you at with it? Because it sounds like that you like the side story is dope. Yeah, I do.
You know me in story.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to be like, oh yeah, that's a fucking badass story.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's better than 2018 for sure, because I feel like the whole Boulder story was kind of, mid. I kind of felt like it was kind of mid.
Okay.
But with them, kind of, running around trying to figure out, what's gonna bring on Ragnarok kind of thing, kind of stuff. That's a little bit more interesting than than 2018. And yeah, I'm big on story, so yeah, it's not like it's a bad one, but it's not grabbing me like how I would like it to, like how The Last of Us, kind of grabbed me with its story, or Ghost of Tsushima grabbed me with its story, which was a fantastic story.
Yeah,
I love
excellent
that
story.
game.
Ghost of Tsushima was godly. Yes,
it was godly. That
was a fantastic story. Yeah, I love that game.
But Dark, is the story worth a perfect 10 from what you're playing right now?
I would say if I was gonna give it a score, if I was like actually gonna give it a score, I'd give it a 9. To be honest, I don't think it's a perfect 10.
Okay.
I don't think it's a I don't think it's an 8. But I think it's a little bit better than an 8, so it's a 9.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. That's what I actually thank you so much for coming on here so we can get a different perspective of it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a really good perspective. So Cozy, you know what I'm saying? Because I want Ham to finish it off before we go to Lope.
She said.
Many of us.
Wow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
quick too. Awesome.
That was wow.
Be done with it by the time you
wow. Okay. Yeah, once those stand, once those fall.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, so Cozy.
Who's playing that Transformers?
That was me. That was me. That was me. You know what? Before I say anything, I got to be real quick about it. I know every bit of dialogue to Transformers the movie animation. Every single.
I can quote it word for word.
That's how much. That's how much I've watched that movie
When
every
time
year.
died.
Yeah, every year. Every year. I watch that at the same time.
You can have it. VHS.
I got it on PlayStation. I got it on. Yeah, I got everything. Yeah, I got. Yeah,
I own everything.
Yeah, no. I got the soundtrack and everything.
I got it on a hard drive. I got it everywhere.
Everything about Transformers the movie,
dude.
everything, and Transformers and all these Transformer movies that's come out in live action is still not on Transformers the animation. Anyway,
they're not.
Cozy, yeah.
Man, and one shall fall.
Oof. Anyway, man, I'm about to go in there and make love to my life.
I have a Transformers podcast someday.
I'm thinking about that. What'd you say?
We have to have a Transformers.
Indeed.
Yeah.
When that movie comes out, maybe we can do that. Anyway, all right. Okay, Cozy, it's your go. Your thoughts about this? I don't know if you got the chance to play Ragnarok yet, but I know that you don't like the cutscenes. What is it about this game and 2018 that you aren't into whatsoever that just turns you completely off?
I'm gonna be honest. So something I think I've kind of realized as I've gotten older, I've been, gaming almost my entire life. I'm not young, so like I sound young, but I'm like 34, been around.
You're not
gaming
Xbox 448 young, but you do sound young.
Here's the thing, though, and I think it occurs to me what it is. Ragnarok is too late for me. This is something that I think a lot of people can't understand. Peak Sony for me was actually PS3.
I can agree with that.
Had existed on the
I
PS3,
agree with you 100% with that.
But then it became like, so during the PS4 age, I was actually that weirdo that switched and got an Xbox.
You was the
because
good weirdo.
I got bored of the experiences that I was already having. I didn't see something new, something different, something that I hadn't experienced before. And I think a lot of gaming for me is about experiencing games that are creative, that are actually just creative. Like, you know, I like, yeah, sure, there are the games that I like, that, like, you know, the staple RPG stuff like that. But when I talk about Mass Effect, I like Mass Effect, but Mass Effect isn't a new game. So a lot of because people will be like, well, you like this game, and I'm like, well, that's not a new game. So these experiences locked in time that I enjoy because they were a new experience for me, and I think that's the thing. God of War feels like what I used to be into. And I think fundamentally I'm not into the same thing. Like, I used to enjoy cutscenes and stuff like that. And then sometime I just stopped enjoying all that and I started seeking new experiences. And the more new experiences I started seeking, I realized the thing I love about gaming is specifically people creating something that I've not experienced before.
Cody, I can be honest. It was the online that made you enjoy it more, wasn't it?
I don't think it was. I don't think it's online gaming. I don't think it's multiplayer games with her.
No, it's not. It was just like it was like just experiencing games in new ways has always been my favorite thing about gaming.
I am totally 100% behind what she's saying.
Yeah, I'm too. I'm
because
just curious.
But it's not so much about online gaming for me, even though I was late to the genre. I think for me it was more of when she said, and she said it so articulate, like I wish I could say it that way, that the PlayStation 3 was at its pinnacle to me, was at the last hurrah. PlayStation 4 is so much more of the same of what PlayStation 1, 2, 3 was about. And they took elements that, because of their Sony Pictures pedigree, they implement those into most of their games. That's
refined.
Right. They refined that. And those, so to me, it's like, that's cool, but been there, done that. Now, I've always had a thing for those type of games like a Night Trap and Detroit Become Human. And I haven't played the Quarry. I will play that eventually. I love those games. Those games to me is like what, but it seems like Sony is taking that with their single player games, well, for most of them, and turned them into those type of games and those type of experiences. And I'm like, well, and so I agree with. Go ahead. Finish.
I was just gonna say, this is something that I have to explain to people. If killing is your main mechanism for forwarding a story in a game, I have a lot less tolerance for particular styles. Like, if killing is not the main mechanism, I don't mind navigating a story. Like, so Detroit Becoming Human, Heavy Rain, those types of games, killing isn't the main mechanism, and that changes the experience because a lot of games, the main mechanism really is just killing. So when you take out the killing and you that's an element to, like, how can I make this game with no killing, with no violence? I mean, violence, but not, active violence. And that changes the way you design the game. And I think this is something, and as I've gotten older, I realize I'm really just drawn to how people navigate creating different experiences for gamers.
Yeah.
So your game style is like how Gears of War does it, where the cutscenes come in, but they're at a moment that don't really take you out of the fighting conflict.
They relax you, because that's actually Gears of War I always wanted to play Gears of War, but I never had an Xbox. So I finally had a friend who had an Xbox, and it was co-op. And like, I remember people would say the Gears of War community is toxic. I was like, what? I've never, because I would just randomly play online with people and they were just pleasant. They were like, yeah, I play co-op all the time. This is my 20th run through of the game. And so I'd just play on my friend's account since I didn't have an Xbox. I just go over to his house, like, can I play your Xbox? And he'd be like, sure, I'm going to work. And
no, Cozy. Cozy, I want to clear something up. I want to make sure you still like RPGs, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clear up something because some idiot in the chat wanted to say you don't like RPGs. And I'm
Okay. That's
yeah.
specifically because I don't like RPGs where I can't customize my character.
Right.
I am exactly there with you. I hate that when they don't let you customize your character. It fucking pisses me off.
I agree with
really?
that. But yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
that's the whole point of an RPG is to customize your character.
But I can
Persona,
agree.
Persona
that was
good,
it.
But
yeah, that's it. So you was reading my language. You were speaking my language. Okay, so all right, Ham, you
I don't
waited
like
long
Persona.
enough.
Sorry.
Yeah, Persona's fire. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't like it.
But you don't like it? Oh,
no.
I think
Sorry.
Well, okay, this is
SMT all the way. I just want to kill things.
I can see because there is a lot of talking in Persona.
It is a lot of talking, but the one thing that I can, so sometimes it's like, holy shit, come on now. I can only listen to that music. Okay,
yeah, SMT has way more action.
Way more action, right?
Yeah.
And actually Soul Hackers 2 has way more action, but it's just not as in depth as well, Soul Hackers 2.
You should check
yeah,
that out,
which one?
Proteus.
Proteus? Okay.
Yeah, you should check that game.
Okay, but anyway, Ham Solo has been waiting long enough. And so has Loke because he needs to make his point. So Ham, everything that you've heard so far, where are you at on God of War? I know that you've been playing the hell out of it. I loved your little post of saying the things that you had to do, and then it was God of War, podcast, damn podcast, and then God of War. So what do you what is it? Do you agree with Dark? Because Dark is the one that's played it about I don't know where y'all at, but he's played it. He's got the experience. You definitely have the experience. Are we off base?
I'm 12 hours in. That's
okay.
That's how far I am.
So where we at? What you got, man? What you got? Everything that we've talked about.
So I just like to say, boy, y'all been tripping.
Oh shit! Come on, man.
Y'all need to calm down over here. All the disrespect to Kratos is just unnecessary. But so I'm gonna tell you what I think of the game. Some positives, some negatives. I'm gonna be honest with it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. The game starts out just like Dark Optimus said, with a bang, and it's fantastic. I really enjoy it. The pieces with Atreus, you can see him growing more as a character in this game than you did in the last one.
Oh, that's good. That's cool.
He kind of kicks off as a little as like the same kid for a moment, and then once he starts to like meet some in certain people, like the maturity starts to take place, and it's interesting just kind of where it goes. So I'm gonna leave that like that. The way you meet, the guy everybody see on the commercial, Thor, is really good. Opie from Sons of Anarchy is Thor. In that movie. So I don't remember his name right off the top of my head, but dude did a really good job voice acting for that. And Kratos, very good job voice acting as well.
Shouts out Christopher Judge.
Yeah, shouts out Christopher Judge. But yeah, I really am enjoying it so far. The combat is better from the get-go, seeing that you get to start out with both weapons. It's not like some games where it's like, oh, new game, you gotta look for your weapons.
You gotta look for your weapon. Okay, so hold on. Let me ask you this question. You and Optimus, do you use the axe more or the blades of chaos?
Optimus
must have stepped away. What about you?
Okay. As for me, I use a variation of both. I went into it wanting to use the Blades of Chaos all the time.
Oh,
but
you're lame.
But what ended up happening is
that axe is too goddamn much, man. That axe is the best shit ever.
Well, the cool thing is you can use them both kind of simultaneously.
Well, no. You could in the other game, but I mean, I felt that the axe got more powerful and you could do more work with the axe going forward. That's why I'm asking. I mean, I'm just over here just talking some shit, but
I personally think that using both is preferable,
right?
Because
it is.
There are some
enemy
types that there are some enemy types where you would want to use your axe on, and there are enemy types that you would want to use the Chaos of Blades on. Or actually, sometimes I don't even use either one. I just use my fists, and sometimes the stamina meter, the little stun meter goes up,
rage meter.
The rage meter goes up faster. So it just depends on the enemy.
Exactly, it really does. So
I'm all about that.
But yeah, I went into it wanting to use that the Blades of Clay, the Blades of Chaos, but I found myself actually upgrading the axe quicker. Because some of the moves that it had, I just seen myself using more often than the Blades of Chaos, where some of the moves were like the Blades of Chaos feel really good almost without leveling for a little bit. To be honest.
Yeah, they do.
Because because they have so much reach. And it's almost like a perfect back pocket that's like, surprise, motherfucker. Like it's really cool, and it really it gets you used to both of them more than because in 2018, once I got the Blades of Chaos, I was done with the axe. I was done with it. But this one, it's like, oh man, which one do I want to bounce back and forth with? Or which one do I want to start the fight with this time? Or what did I just level up? Or like what new action did I just get? So the UI in the game is pretty nice. For the most part, there is one big gripe I have with it, which I hate that there isn't a single button that you can hit to go straight to the map. When you hit that center button, it takes you to your skills first. And I'm like, dude, I don't need to see my skills in a pinch. I need to see the map when I'm on the boat. So like every time I'm riding the boat and this is only mostly for doing side quests. It's like I go to check, I have to, hit that center button and then hit RB like three or not RB, but right trigger like 3 or 4 times. And it's just like, dude, it gets annoying, especially if you are angled a certain direction and you go like, maybe 20, 30 meters, and then you need to check again just to make sure that you're still going that right way. It's just knowing that you have to do that. It's just kind of annoying. But I mean, if that's a gripe, then that's a little one, and I mean, I can take that. But yeah, and then another piece that's kind of broken, in my opinion, is the compass up top. The compass up top sucks. That thing sucks. It is really bad. Like you get to go in a certain direction, and like it'll start to tell you it's on your side, then it's right in front of you, then it's behind you, then right in front of you again, and and that's why I'm checking my map. And then I'm like, oh man, I got hit the right trigger to go over to my damn map every single time because this compass is busted. So those are like my gripes with it, like fundamentally. Yeah, but the story really good, better, easily in my opinion, better just from the way that it took off, all the way to some of the get to know you moments in the side quests and whatnot. They really explain a lot of stuff in detail while you're playing the game, not in just cutscenes. I know Cozy probably still wouldn't like this game, even if she was purchased this game. Somebody gave it to her and handed her a PS5, just for the fact that
Like all the people that gave me The Witcher 3.
Sure, yeah. So like,
but The Witcher 3 don't have cutscenes until like it's important. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
You don't want to play an RPG? Wait, if you tell me it's an RPG and I can't customize my character, I'm not going to play.
Trying to argue with her.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to
finish. I mean, there are elements that you can
clothes wise, you customize and make them look different, but he's still
really I know it's not.
It's not. That's see,
I'm trying to justify, man. It's such a good game.
Such a fucking game. Oh my god.
There is no real like.
I own it.
Skin. It's all
based on Xbox and PC,
like DPS and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, the story is nice. The controls are like butter smooth. The haptic feedback and whatnot. And the game
those 30
is,
frames. But no, Are you playing 30 or 60?
I'm playing 60.
Oh, okay.
And I had to turn off the I'm playing in HDR, so I believe that's still 60. Because I turned off the high frame.
If you have it on performance 40? Mode, then it's
60.
I have it on performance mode, but I turned off the high frame rate.
It's still 60. It's just not. It targets 60, but it's not like a little bit of a more of a locked 60.
Yeah, so. I think it's I think that one with the high frame rate on with the performance mode is unlocked. 60. Where performance mode with the high frame rate off is just like 60 is the top that it can go, but you get HDR with it.
Right.
So that's the reason I play with the frame rate thing off. I'm just getting 60, and to me, it's good enough. It's fine.
Wait, you mean that are you talking about there's certain modes that don't have HDR in it?
Yeah, like so if you get like the high frame rate mode and get and do the performance mode at the same time, you do not get HDR, but you turn off the unlocked mode, so like it's supposed to be locked at 60, then you do get HDR.
Actually, I think that depends on your TV though too. Because my TV does and they never suffer the it does HDR with the high frame rate to us mode on.
A lot of us, not that's interesting. Okay, well, yeah, might be my TV then. I don't know. I noticed that it turns off and turns on whenever I do that though, on my TV and PS5 and whatnot. But
with TV,
so do you think this is a perfect 10?
Do I think it's perfect 10? I think it's exactly what the score got. I'll give it that. I think it's exactly what the score got because I think it's
not beating around the bush. Come on.
No, I'm not. I'm not beating around the bush, and here's why. If a game gets rated the exact same score that the predecessor did, it usually means not only is it better, but it's significantly better. Most games that come out with a second iteration and like let's use Horizon Forbidden West for example. Horizon Forbidden West is easily a better game, and I think the story is better as well than Horizon Zero Dawn. Without shock factor like Horizon Zero Dawn has, it is much harder for a second iteration game to have as much of a following as the first.
Especially with Aloy being boring.
So
she's a boring character. That is true. She's a boring character.
But I mean, historically, that's just
Forbidden West.
Well, no.
Historically,
I like her though. I like those games.
Let's not get off topic. Let me finish.
You're right. Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Here we go again with the Aloy stuff. But anyways,
right.
So we've seen this as like a normal trend for this to happen. Most people say Halo 2 is better than the original Halo. Which one has a higher score? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is for this game to get the exact same score and for the feelings that I've had of playing it so far in comparison of the previous one, because Loke can even tell you, and you can look at some of the previous podcasts, I said that I was not super duper excited for God of War. I said that myself about a little over a year ago, I believe. And that's because I was fresh off of 2018. And I was just like, you know what? And I said the same thing about Borderlands. I'm just not ready for that quickly. A year went by, and it's just like, all right, I guess I'm ready to open up the book again, and see what the next chapter is all about. And it's better than I anticipated. I was anticipating being more like being like that. This is a little bit better, but kind of disappointed as if it didn't quite reach what I was expecting. And then I was thinking, maybe 94 was a little high. I don't know. But then I got my hands on it and played it, and I was like, yeah, this is easily better than the first one. And with that being said, I'm happy it got the exact same score because I do not think this is better than Elden Ring.
Okay, well, we're going to get to that next. So to close that out. All right.
I don't think either one is good, but I mean, as good as games I played this year, but
okay. Well, that's what we're going to talk about next. So that because there could be sleepers that a lot of people may not know about or may agree with you with. So that's that's the next topic that we're going to get into with this. And then the last topic that we have, it's kind of bullshit because and let's be quick. Let's go, and then we're out. It's outro time.
I know we were gonna do Loke, but I don't think he's here.
I think he dropped out for a second.
Did Loke drop out? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he comes back, we'll go ahead and we'll get to Loke and get him to make his point. I loved it. I loved it from both of you guys. I am excited to play the game, but I am also like Viper.
I think you'll like it.
Oh, no, I know
you play Mega, and I think you'll like it.
Yeah, no, I know I'll play it. I'll play the hell out of it. I mean, like, look, the only thing that within the last God of War that I just didn't finish to beat the last Valkyrie, and I was planning on going back, but I just haven't. Once I get that, I'll probably get a platinum, and I don't give a fuck if I get a platinum or not. I don't care. I've done everything else that I'm supposed to do on the harder difficulty, not the hardest, but it was the hardest difficulty until you beat the game, and then there's another level after that. But that's none of my concern. I did what I had to do. I beat the game. I went through that. So I know that I'm going to like the game. I think what Cory Balrog did was really good. Atreus was very annoying to me, but I was anticipating for him to be more of a badass and to where they, the opportunity for him to be more to hearing that he's going to get his own little set pieces. That sounds really cool. I just don't want the head that's on that's on Kratos's ass to have his own little scene or something like that. You know what I mean? I forgot what that dude's name is that he cut his head off when he was in a tree. Yeah, Mimir, whatever his name is. But Mimir, yeah. But now I do want to. But let me know if the world serpent's still in there, because the world snake, because that motherfucker's. Yeah. I love that thing. Yeah. When that motherfucker first talked, I was like, oh shit! That shit make me motherfucking my balls will shrink up in my damn body. That son of a bitch was dope. I loved him. But anyway,
I'm gonna tell you what's really funny about this God of War, and that what cracked me up and made and like reminded me that this is just a video. Okay,
right.
Is when one of the people are talking to that snake in the native language of the snake, in the exact time that they hear what they don't want to hear, they yell in English at the snake.
Oh, well, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm like, wait a second, what just happened?
Yeah, no. I'm like, oh my God, look at that snake. That shit is wild, bro. That's what got me excited in that game a lot, when I got to see that bastard.
He looks even better in this one.
Nice.
So as much as I talk shit about this, the reality is I love people loving games.
Exactly.
Just so you can know that. I love people. They don't have to love what I love. Here. And so people, like, when I worked at GameStop, I remember people, like, my coworkers would be like, wait, so I thought you hated that game. Why'd you recommend it to them? I was like, because they'll like it. I know they'll like it. I I don't like it, but I don't care. I don't need them to like what I like. I want them to like a game. Right. And so like when people talk about games, even if I hate that game, I'm like, you know what? Tell me why you like it. And it's not me trying to dismiss you when I say tell you why you like it. It's me enjoying you liking that game. And I enjoy it, especially if you enjoy it the reasons I hate it. I don't need every game to cater to me. A game that doesn't appeal to me, which is why I say God of War would have appealed to me like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, me would have loved God of War. 10 years from now, though, I don't. And I acknowledge that 10 years ago, I'd have loved it. And I kind of feel sad by that loss that I can't enjoy it now.
You shouldn't. Because you've grown past a certain aspect of a game and you've evolved into something else as a gamer.
I used to be a AAA only gamer.
And I think if you don't feel like you're missing out on anything, then you're not missing out on anything.
Right.
I'm not, because half of the enjoyment for me is also enjoying other people enjoying games, which is why Mass Effect is my favorite game.
Right. Yeah.
Char.
The Mass Effect, the Star Wars games from back in the days, the RPG games, the Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, like those games were just special, and that's why I was saying last week, leave Mass Effect, The Witcher, and other games in that ilk alone. Stop trying to build a game that's been in. Listen, God of War has been around for just as long, if not longer, than God of War, The Witcher. I mean, The Witcher and Mass Effect.
Mass Effect, if not longer.
Longer. God of War has been out longer, but God of War is still not better than those games story wise. They're just not.
Exactly. In terms of story, yeah, absolutely.
They're not. Now, combat.
Well, that's not fair though. At the same time, because you control your story, so like the outcome is.
No. There are small things, for example, that I think like in Mass Effect. Like I know, obvious bias, but for example, Char, something that I think most people don't necessarily think about. I love Char, and it was like that dude, that Krogan, just standing in like the thing, reciting poetry. Just reciting poetry to the society loved, and you can get them together or not. And then watching how your choice played out in 3, that was like a beautiful thing. And that's like something that I think a lot of games, not just God of War,
no, I agree,
don't have.
And that's to me why those games are so special, is because God of War is only going to have one ending. It's not going to have multiple endings. Yep. It's not going to have a different standard of ability. No, that's why, Ham, I will never ever. You can't. I love God of War. God of War is one of my favorite titles of all time. But that's like me saying Halo is story-wise. And you know how much I cap for Halo 5. Well, and Halo 2 is my favorite Halo game of all time. That it rivals Knights of the Old Republic. Fuck no, it just doesn't. It doesn't. Not even close. Not even on the same level.
Effective open-ending storytelling is an art. There's an art to effective open-ending storytelling. But I will also say that when you talk about these story-rich experiences, my problem now is that there are games that I would never have played that I just started playing, that I more recently, not even more recently, I can say more recently, but it's in the last 10 years when my gaming views started shifting, that I started playing. And to me, the whole thing about the killing being the main mechanism of progression in a game, there are games that don't have that main mechanism that have better storytelling. For example, if I picked one game that you told me, name a game whose story that you just like. What Remains of Edith Finch?
That's a good game.
To this day, I sat after I played that game. I literally just sat for 2 hours, just like, well, damn.
See, and that's what The Witcher did to me. Like no other. There was a very few games that made me just sit there and
Life is Strange. The first one.
See, yeah, and I wasn't into Life is Strange. I just wasn't into
because
it.
the dialogue feels very how do you do fellow children?
It reminds me of a fucking Lifetime show, and I'm not into it. So, that's one for my wife.
Damn.
My wife was playing it; she was liking it, but I just like.
It reminds you of a CW
show. It's like a Lifetime, Hallmark special or something or whatever. Like I just can't.
It's a good one of those. Though.
Right. It's a good story. I was digging it, but then I was like, this is too. So, but anyway, all right.
So love y'all loving games. I love y'all loving.
Oh
games.
yeah. And I love that what you said, because you were so articulate on the point that you made. Because there was a lot of people not understanding it at first, but when you hit home on it, and that's the thing for me is where I feel like PlayStation has lost itself. It's because they thrive on one particular type of game. That's why I really cap for Horizon, because Horizon is, and Ghost of Tsushima now is because they're out of their wheelhouse. They're out of their wheelhouse.
Halo is super boring.
It is boring.
Though, I'm obsessed with the world. I'm obsessed with that world. With someone so the thing is, I didn't like Horizon.
Oh my goodness! Look, I'm looking.
I didn't even buy Forbidden West. But if all the other things they announced about Horizon, if they were like, "Yeah, we're making an MMO," I'm like, "Shut up and take my money. I don't care," because I love the world that they built. I just didn't like Aloy, and that's okay.
Okay.
But they built something very beautiful.
All right. So I see Locust back in here.
Yay, Loke! Welcome back.
Damn it. Okay. All right. So. I got this one, and I got it as the main picture and shit like that or whatever. We probably won't talk about the next topic because we probably won't hit the other topic because I want to hear about the Elden Ring, game of the year aspect. I really want to get into that, but I want to hear what Loke has to say, because it is. Listen, the man is in pain, and I understand. I've been there, 100%. And so I think that this man needs to vent it out. And go ahead, Lo. Let us know. Yeah, we're here for you, bro. I feel you. This is why I'm an Xbox dude now, man, because of what PlayStation did to me. So I get it. I still love PlayStation for what it is, but I'll never be a PlayStation stan like I used to be. It'll never happen again. Never. After when they take money when I can't pay my motherfucking rent, and then they try to I feel you. So go ahead, Lo. You know what I'm saying? The floor is yours.
Okay. First off, I'm really sorry to everyone. I did fall asleep.
It happens. Trust me.
It's 2-3 o'clock in the morning where you at? So of course.
Yeah, man.
It's 23 actually.
It's what time?
6:23.
God damn!
It's in the morning.
It's morning. Yeah, like I'm saying, the dedication.
I've been
man.
up all night. I've been up all night.
Oh.
So apologies.
Shit! I'm showing some Mario gameplay. Look at this.
Okay. Here's my rant.
You need some sleep. Oh.
Let me get this off my chest, then I'll go to sleep.
Yeah, let that. Women need to give you some ass, then you need to go to sleep. That's how that goes. You can sleep good.
Okay.
He's a married man. I understand. I get it.
Okay.
You are not good at Mario.
What are you talking about?
Let the man talk, man. Jesus.
Yes, let him talk. Let him talk.
I'm muting myself.
Imagine $1 billion company that made its fortune through sales. Now imagine said company voluntarily electing to ignore an entire continent of potential customers upwards of 1.5 billion strong. All this for no apparent reason, leaving us to speculate as to why. Why, Sony? Why don't any African countries outside of South Africa have the ability to input their banking details on their PlayStation consoles? Why do we all have to resort to dodgy third-party sites to buy PSN vouchers for the privilege, the honor of buying video games on your platform? Should we ignore the tiny fact that South Africa also happens to be the only country on the continent with a large contingent of white people in their population? Let's maybe make this a race thing. We all know how your how you corporations love to be seen as bastions of inclusivity and progressive thought. Maybe being labeled racist might get y'all off your collective asses. The arrogance, the ego, the sheer fucking hubris. I am only one voice in a sea of billions, but you can bet your bottom yen that as long as your platform treats me and mine like fifth-class citizens, I won't shut up about it, and everyone who will lend me their ear will hear about it. I have no faith that you incompetent bigots will listen to my or anyone else's pleas on the subject. What with us having a little too much melanin in our skin. But CAC must be called out, so consider it called for this week at least. See you at the CMA next year, Jimbo.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
said, my brother.
Listen. I mean, let's just be real about this. You know, I got called a liar by the PlayStation community.
Because you are a liar, fool. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, so I don't put my
yeah,
so
I guess
like,
so.
but
So anyway.
for me, my PlayStation, like, I can't even get out my PSN because I had like 8 of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
No, because I had 2 compromised. So I don't really give them out like that because, like, so they don't have the complete history. No, I literally had 2 compromised. So I don't have like all, and it was before you really cared about account things. So
No. Listen, I know the
I
feeling.
have a question for Logan.
Okay, go ahead.
So you guys don't have like a Best Buy kind of situation over there, or anything like that?
What are you getting at, Dark?
No, he's talking about like you can just go to a store and get PlayStation cards or whatever. Yeah.
And get PlayStation cards. Yeah, like,
I used to.
Do you have anything like that?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
no,
and
you don't.
And
okay, well then, then that's even shittier. That's like,
yeah, that's the issue. Like,
ridiculous.
I actually, as someone who thinks like loves gaming and wants everyone to be a gamer, this is actually why I think I vibe with Loke a whole lot. Is because like I care about like random places in the world where I'm like, how does gaming work where you are?
Yeah. No, I just think that
Xbox on Xbox, that shit just fucking works. Cash card,
it just works,
card,
right?
credit card,
Steam account, it just works.
It just freaking works.
I think it's frustrating because they don't care enough about those communities. They don't care enough.
I have no general interest in Nintendo, but I'm very much looking forward to figuring out my bank situation and buying a Switch, because I want to confirm that it's not just Sony that doesn't give a fuck. Because if I get a Switch and I put my bank details in a Switch and that shit fucking works. Oh man.
Hey, Dragonheart Yobi said, Loke, hit him up tomorrow. Let him see what he can do on God of War Ragnarok from me to you, brother. And Yobi is good for that, man. Yobi will definitely do that for you.
Yeah, Yobi's the man.
But it's definitely super frustrating. You're excited for this game.
Right.
You do all this work to play it, and then it's suddenly like rejected.
And that's the thing about
that's what I said yesterday, King about the 2 million people leaving Sony. This kind of like is almost in that same structure.
Well, dude. That's what. Yeah, you're right. That's what we were talking about in that sense, right? Yeah.
It makes complete sense for the fact that
you
didn't hear
it. I mean, it makes sense for the fact that. Well, let me finish here, Sir X-Man.
Yeah.
It makes sense to the fact that Loke is upset. Is that it is bullshit that that Sony doesn't allow your banking information to be able to buy games, and you have to go through third-party shady websites to get this stuff. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be happening, especially in a day and age where we live in a technological age, and that's really crazy, man. I can't even express how much I'm feeling for you right now, man. That's ridiculous. I don't know
Right.
why that is even an issue. That shouldn't even be an issue, and
No.
someone needs to really do something about that.
Well, and that's the thing to me that I think it's just gamers out as all. Like that's the thing from like and this isn't about me. I'm just giving. I'm just going into my point to I understand where Loke is. I'm done. I'm past it now, but this is the reason why I'm in a position where I am, where I'm like, you know what? Look, no, Sony just I'm a single father. Well, I got 2 kids, but I'm a single father to my son. And at the time my son was in high school, he had all these other things that he was doing. From being in band, playing sports, and I'm over here, working, taking care of doing the things that I'm doing. And then Sony over here, and, when I got a brand new car, everything else. And then Sony, my money gets taken from the hacking situation. I got to pay my rent. You know what I'm saying?
From the 2011.
Yeah, from the hack. Yeah, from the PlayStation 3 hack. And I go in there and look. Yeah, go ahead, Cozy. What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say I didn't get any money taken, but that's like when I say like I had like a lot of PlayStation accounts. That was like the first one was like I lost it due to that. And then I just created another one. I was like, whatever, I'll just create another one. No biggie, because I didn't have my card attached to it or anything, so I don't know.
I did because I got comfortable with using Xbox, so I did. I'm like, I've been a PlayStation gamer forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Sony's been around.
Olden days.
Yeah.
I put my card on things in the olden days.
Yeah, no, I did it, and
I've had the same account attached to Xbox for 19 years, and I have never had a problem. Ever.
Yeah, same here.
No.
I'll tell you what.
Why?
Go ahead.
You have gripes with PlayStation, K-Mega. I could see that because when I became a PlayStation centric gamer in a way, wasn't until the PS4. So I had experience.
See, you don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't.
No,
I haven't
he's not a fraud.
That type of thing.
No, he's not a fraud. A lot of Xbox gamers, a lot of Xbox Nintendo gamers went over to PlayStation 4 because PlayStation was doing a lot of shit at that time.
I just think the culture of gaming is.
I didn't go into PlayStation until later on in that generation when they started to come out with games, which is when they started coming out with Bloodborne.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was even later then. Still,
when you look at the culture of gaming, I think people who get too entrenched in like this loyalty system, like I'm loyal to this, I'm loyal to that, like nah, you're losing out. Like if you mix it up, you discover.
So
gaming is beautiful when you mix it up. Like next, I can't say that I might not get the PS6. I'm never gonna say I'm not gonna get the PS6 because I'm loyal to this. Don't say that, please.
No, I'm saying that. I'm not. I said I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 is my last PlayStation console. I'm beyond it now. I'm beyond it. Not to say that I hate PlayStation, but I'm beyond it now. Because of what you said earlier about the PlayStation 3 being the.
It was peak. PlayStation 3 was peak PlayStation. I don't think people understand. I was obsessed.
Right. Younger PlayStation fans that are diehards now don't know
on PlayStation Home.
about what PlayStation was back then.
$500 on PlayStation Home. I built content on Little Big Planet 2. I was that person. I was so dedicated to PlayStation 3. It had peak. It had people like praise Ratchet and Clank, the new Ratchet and Clank, whatever. But let me tell you something. Ratchet and Clank story-wise peaked at Up Your Arsenal. Gameplay-wise, it peaked at A Crack in Time. And I will stand by this statement. Like no matter what anyone says, people will the first thing they'll tell you about Ratchet and Clank is, oh, the new one, Rift Apart. It's so pretty. But they will not tell you about how it was as glorious as Up Your Arsenals. They will not tell you how it was as fun as A Crack in Time. And I think that's so. And it's like. We had talked to these people like, well, you're not a PlayStation fan. You're like in your next spot. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. I was like a super super PlayStation fan.
I mean, you can say that sale wise, yes, PlayStation 2 was at a peak, but PlayStation 3 was a special console.
Fat Princess. Fat fucking Princess.
Other than Fat Princess, I mean, there was.
No, did you not like Fat Princess? That was so
Fat
good.
Princess, yeah.
Some of us, it was SSX and Need for Speed and stuff like that.
Heavenly Sword was good too.
PS2. Heavenly Sword.
Yeah, there were just so many good, great games on PS3 that I
played Yakuza, but it was Yakuza. It was the Yakuza game that's coming out now that people are going to be playing next year. I never played an original Yakuza game, so when people said Yakuza, I was thinking of the the era of the samurai. Like I thought, oh, okay, but then when I said, what the hell? We're in City, and then when I bought it on PC, I was like, oh, and then I said, this ain't the same.
And also, don't get me wrong, I did play PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games, but I didn't own a PlayStation. So
at the time,
I understand.
Okay.
Like everybody has.
All right, guys. All right, hold on. We got look. Tom's got no. Sir X-Men. That's fine, but you got to still stay quiet because we're going to move on to the next topic so we can get the hell out of here.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
what about Starhawk?
So no, we're not going to. We got to get the hell out of here. We're not going to sit there. This isn't like Xbox Live. We got to get out of here. All right. So, listen. I don't want people. It's a Friday night. People got things to do. So,
no, we don't. We wouldn't be on a podcast on Friday night if we had things to do.
Well, I got shit to do, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
People are going to be watching Black Panther, so just let's get it over and done.
But this is more. That's not until 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. But I'm saying, for me, I just want to get it done. I mean, we're having a great conversation, but I don't want it to bleed over because I do want to talk about Game of the Year, and we kind of alluded to it. So I'm going to go, and so Sir X-Man, you're going to be next after Ham, but I'm going to go to Ham first. And that's another thing too. Ham and them has done like 2-3 damn podcasts today already. They don't need to be just staying on here all damn night. So
this is number 3 in a space.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? So chill out.
He's doing the roundabout today.
Right. Well, he does that every Friday, so like it's just crazy to me. But anyway, Game of the
give you applause.
I said after Ham. All right. Okay, so Ham. Game of the Year aspect. Game of the Year. You played God of War. You played Elden Ring. Those are the 2 games that you feel that will be the top runners, or do you feel that there's another game that came out this year that could just creep in and overtake both of them?
So here I'm gonna put it in this order. Elden Ring number 1 because it gave you a sense of accomplishment that just God of War just can't do. Because I feel like anybody can play and beat God of War. Not everybody can play and beat Elden Ring, but everybody tried.
They did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you're right.
Number 2 would be God of War. Because the story is phenomenal. I mean, I'm not going to knock it at all. The story is great. The game feels
somebody's watching TV in the background. I can hear it. I don't know. We just hear a TV in the background.
It's probably Sir X-Man.
No,
it sounds like Sir X-Man.
Probably is. He probably pouting right now because I told him to hush.
Hey, tell your nurse that she needs to come and give me some milk.
He pouting because I told him just to be quiet for just a little bit longer, and so he's gonna turn his TV up on us. Golly. Anyway, go ahead, Ham.
But see, what a lot of people may or may not say is that I give a close second, possibly close to a tie, the more that I sit around and think about it. But I give third place to possibly tying second to to Amicia.
I was waiting to see if somebody was going to bring her name up. Well, I mean, you're the first person.
That game had, in my opinion, and I mean, I beat that game. I haven't beat God of War yet, but so far, I feel that A Plague Tale. So far, that I'm into the story of God of War. If I were to compare the two, I'd say Plague Tale kind of has a heads up.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
I'm just, I mean, that's
watch your mouth.
That's his opinion.
That's my opinion.
He can have a bad opinion.
Like I can tell you this.
Story-wise?
Fighting in God of War is more fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the story of Hugo and Amicia is just like, I don't know where this is gonna go. And then by the time you find out, it's too late. And it's like,
I can't wait
God.
I can't wait to find.
Like,
I can't wait to play that
God.
after. Yeah,
I gotta.
And then
I gotta.
And then the ability to watch the credits. Like I said, I haven't beat God of War yet, so I mean, this could all change in a week or week and a half, however long it takes me to beat it. But in the credits of A Plague's Tale, there was something very interesting, and it made the game just feel that much better. And the only clues that I'm going to give you is there are 2 scenes in the credits.
Oh shit! They doing like Marvel?
Woke.
Okay. Oh,
stay woke, because my boy, I told that to my boy Matt Likes Games, and he was like, "There was a second one," and I was like, "Yep, it was only about 10 seconds too." But it gave you more questions than you walked in.
Did it show after it was done? After the 10 seconds, did it show an Xbox logo?
Somebody needs to change their pants.
Yes,
they do.
Somebody needs to change K-Mega's diaper.
Oh man, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Like that were those are the 3 greatest games to me this year. Horizon would be there if they did 2 things, in my opinion, and this is for me, so this isn't for everybody. All right. So if they would have added a companion with Aloy to spruce her up and maybe change her to become something a little bit better than she is. So whether it be a pet or a just somebody else that you don't even have to play like
co-op.
You don't even have to play alongside them the whole time. It's just somebody that you can actually relate to, because it feels like in that game, and I beat that, it feels like in that game that like you're just kind of doing this because it's getting on your nerves, not more or less because like you are that badass. It's almost like there's just a lot of irritating things going on and you just want to get to the bottom of it.
Especially Aloy.
And that's what I'm talking about. Aloy. Yeah. That's who I'm talking. I'm talking about Aloy. Aloy gives you that sense of like, when is this gonna be over? And like the only person that I was cool with being like that in any video game was Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4. Because the way that game played out, it was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. When's this over? Like, you know what I'm saying? And Drake is feeling the exact same way that you're feeling playing it. Old. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, bro, you drugged me all the way out here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
like so that's the only time I thought it was okay for a character to be just like seem like they were over it. And it felt like from start to finish, Aloy was just over it. It didn't seem like she got tired as the game progressed. It seemed like she was tired from the jump.
Damn. Aloy just
You
said she
thought
want to
was
hang
fire?
out
I
with
just
the
thought she was
homie and
bland,
just chilling.
flavorless. She was.
Well,
unseasoned.
she is
She
very
she does have
seamless.
that monotone type
Yeah.
of,
Right. Like and that is
she's
something
very
that
monotone, like,
right for something about that character about that game and the way Sony does their single player games, I guess it's just more of the studio. They just missed the mark on giving her any flavor. Because, I mean, when you compare her to Kate had so much flavor and pizzazz. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, love her or hate her, but Kate had that it about her. Aloy doesn't.
Aloy just has traits, but not a personality.
Right.
It's like, we want someone that's like a cool, like, basic bitch. Excuse me.
You
And
know, you
that's
said
what
it.
she
You're
is.
right. You can say it. You're right. Yeah.
She's like a cool, like
did you
generic
need help?
girl power
Oh my
character.
God.
She comes
I'm
off
sorry.
very like generic girl power.
She's badass, but she's like, I'm so sorry. While Kate is like,
I'm gonna murder these birds. They suddenly
right.
just decide to wake up.
Oh man. Okay. All right, Ham.
Well, see, where I come in on the whole like Aloy thing is it. I mean, the reason I say the whole companion thing is because throughout the game, yeah, she has her team that she cares about, but she's not like, it doesn't seem like she loves anything. It just seems like she's just like sticking around and making sure those that she's like a really boring person that saves you from a bully.
Well, don't forget that she is a clone. So I mean, come on.
She is, but let's not act like the person that
she should have progressed
seemed to have more personality than she does.
Right?
It didn't make any sense to me.
She should have learned those traits in the second game. Yeah.
Wet blanket. She's a wet napkin.
She was raised by Ross.
She has no personality.
Well, Rob had some skill. Like, I am here to protect you. Watch yourself.
Even if you have no personality, even if you're raised in a weird circumstances, you're going to have a personality. She has it's like they basically pick traits. They're like, we want to make a girl power character. Let's give her traits.
That's right. I agree with that.
Even when she was a kid in Zero Dawn, she
had more personality.
Very interested. Yes. She wanted to be included. She wanted to, to get out there and explore. And it seemed like once she grew up, I get it. Like once she grew up, she got
This is the type of game right here that if you're watching the gameplay, Sir X-Man right here, you should get this game.
But
I know what the hell are you playing here?
I'm going to be country, and I cannot pronounce this game as wama whatever.
What?
It's a game. It came on the 360, but this one was on the PC. They have a series of them. They don't have this on Xbox, and they don't have it even on PlayStation. They don't have these games on PlayStation. It's only on PC, and I love these games.
I'm gonna kill this bird.
You have the game Sleepy Goblin. Give us the title, and then I'm gonna try to be country and try to pronounce it. But it starts with an O, huh? I'm gonna miss Yeshua, whatever. It's crazy.
Musha.
No, it's not Amusha.
It's not Amusha.
It's not Onimusha. But there's a series of these games. They're really cool. It's very risque too. Yes.
Ooh, they got titties.
Titties and ass. Yeah. TNA.
All I see is some male titties with a star.
Male titties. Never mind.
Let's get to the.
They got. Okay. All right. So game of the year. Thank you. So Sir X-Man, here you go. All right. So now you can talk. Because I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful.
Well, I'm just clear his throat.
Elden Ring, God of War will be in the nomination, and
of course,
I'm gonna throw a loop. Don't be surprised Call of Duty might be in there, because the game is good from what I hear.
Man, I
didn't
can't
get
see
those
it.
ratings though. It didn't get that Metacritic.
I don't see that. I don't see it.
It is all about Metacritic. It is absolutely about Metacritic.
I know, but
it is. I'm sorry.
If enough fans and enough people voted,
it's all about Metacritic. They don't care about the fans. They care about Metacritic.
I need you to
You're
drink.
right.
I need you to drink some more alcohol right now.
I'm sorry.
But nah, Elden Ring is gonna get it. I mean, there's no way they can avoid that phenomenon.
No, God of War is gonna get it because it's God of War.
It better not. But nah, Elden Ring.
I will give you $10. I will give you $10 if God of War gets it. If Elden Ring gets it.
I will give you.
I will hold you to that.
If God of War gets it.
I will hold you to that. Like I will get, because the thing is, I think as I haven't played Elden Ring. The reason I tell people like I think Elden Ring is a great game of the year game is specifically because I saw people who I would never have recommended Elden Ring to. I would never recommended Elden Ring to them, and they were like having fun with it. And I was like, you don't play anything that's hard. You don't play anything that's challenging. And they were having fun with Elden Ring, and I was like, that is like, you know, the whole chasing the new experiences is a game that can get people to play a game that they normally wouldn't ever touch. And Elden Ring was that. And that to me is like very fucking beautiful. It's like getting people to play games that they normally wouldn't touch. Speaking of which, my game of the year is Vampire Survivors.
Oh Lord!
You know what? I got that game. I have not played it yet.
Don't start playing it. Please don't start playing it. No! Don't listen to me. Do not start playing it.
Okay.
I clocked in an hour and a half already. And no, a day and a half already. A day and a half, not an hour and a half. A day and a half. I started playing it Wednesday. I only started playing it because someone was making fun of it versus like God of War. They're like, oh, they got this.
Oh, I saw that ridiculous tweet.
And so I was like, let me try it. And then 14 hours later, I was like, please, I need to stop. I can't help myself. I have it. I'm playing it right now.
Okay, so the name of the game that I was playing, I had to look it up out of my list, is Oni
Chambara Origin.
Yeah, Oni Chambara Origin. And but there's a series of these Oni Chambara games. They're on the last time that they were on Xbox was on the 360. I don't know if they came to PlayStation 3. I'm sure they might have, but these games I don't even.
They were on PlayStation 3, but they weren't on PS. They haven't
PS4.
made another one since that era.
No. That game that you've seen, the Origins.
Did they have one on PS4?
No, it's not on PS4. It's on PC. They made 2 games on PC. Yeah, that's why I was like, holy shit! What? Like, yeah. So they just PC exclusive right now.
You know what? Let's get back to the topic.
Right. Okay. So, Sir X-Man, please. Are you done, or is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I'm done. I just wanted to say earlier, your favorite PS2 game was Tekken.
It's true.
Okay.
Everybody knows it's true.
Okay. All right.
After the cast,
right?
We're talking about game of the year. We're talking about game of the year.
No, we were just talking. That's just from earlier what I was trying to say about.
But we're talking about game of the year.
I know. You know what? You told me I was going to be able to say what I want on that point.
I asked you what you wanted to say, but that had nothing to pertain to the.
I'm done. I guess I'm lying. I guess Tekken wasn't shit on the PS2 for him.
Okay.
The disrespect. Okay. All right. So, Viper, what about you, bro? Game of the year. Between. Is it going to be God of War? Is it going to be Elden Ring? Or is it going to be something else? Because Ham Solo just dropped something that was, that's definitely a sleeper. And so far, he's played all 3 games, and he's still leaning to Requiem. That's pretty impressive. What do you think?
Hamothy is a fake gamer.
Wait a second. What do you mean I'm leaning to Requiem? I said Elden Ring is number 1. Number 2 would be God of War.
But you said overall the story. 2. Yeah, but okay. I'm just saying.
I mean, the best story of all of them, in my opinion, like I said, as of
It's
right
Requiem.
now, until I finish. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
My bad.
okay.
I thought you were talking about like which one's the game of the year.
Yeah, no, you said the best story was Requiem. Okay, but okay, now maybe I worded it wrong. I'm sorry.
The best story is, but the game of the year is Elden Ring.
Okay, all right. So, what about you, Viper? What do you think?
Well, so I'm gonna tell you what is going to be in the category for Game of the Year, and then I'll give you what is definitely going to win. So, obviously we got Elden Ring, God of War, Ragnarok. We also have A Plague Tale Requiem, but I do see Horizon Forbidden West getting in there.
Yeah.
I actually see Bayonetta getting in there too.
Yeah.
I know. And then in addition to that, I don't know if Vampire Survivors would ever get in there.
It won't.
But it probably won't.
But it's cocaine. It's like the cocaine of video games. I'm telling you.
Another one that I would like to get in there, but probably won't, is Pentiment.
Yeah,
So,
you haven't played Pentiment, have you?
Nope, but I've seen some stuff about it, and it looks very good.
Pentiment is actually what I'm talking about when I talk about new experiences, where it's like a murder mystery RPG where you're not like just killing people. Shut up and take my money.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, if I would like to see Pentiment in there too, but the real winner is definitely going to be Elden Ring. God of War would be a close second, and then because it's going to probably be tied with A Plague's Tale. So I see that Elden Ring is overall going to win it, but God of War and Plague's Tale are going to kind of fight it out against each other. Because here's the thing. Yes, they are going off of the Metacritic, but then there's also a good story in there. And thus, if Plague's Tale with the story that it has versus what God of War has, trust me, they're going to be fighting it out.
Okay. All right. What about you, Cozy? Where are you at? What do you think? Which one of these two games?
Survivors is the best game.
Okay.
I just downloaded it now on Xbox.
Okay.
Do not. I told you not to. I told you not to. This game is literally fucking cracked, and I don't mean that jokingly.
It's in Game Pass, and I just downloaded it.
I literally tested it. I was like, no. Once you start, you're just like realize. So, for example, I have people played Overwatch since 2016. I only got Overwatch during the pandemic, so I don't have that many hours. So I thought I didn't have that many hours, but I basically had 130 days in Overwatch from 2020. So that's a lot of Overwatch time. Overwatch is my addiction, and I admit that. The thing is, I started playing Vampire Survivors on Wednesday. I logged in to try in my dailies for Overwatch later on after I've been playing Vampire Survivors. Okay, it's time to quit. Let me try. And I was I played 2 matches, and I was like, you know what? I just want to go back to Vampire Survivors.
Wow.
I have logged 1.5 days in the game since Wednesday. That is wrong. That is bad. That is awful. I'm telling you, you guys, please do not touch this game, because once you touch it, you understand.
I'm looking for it on PC right now for Xbox Game Pass.
It's $5, so I bought it.
Yeah, it got insulted, but I mean, the game is. I mean, you just can't.
I can't help playing it because someone was making fun of it, and I was like, "Well, let me try it." And then I just was I was trying it just because someone's like, "Oh, this is what they have for Game Pass," and they were insulting it. So I was like, "I'll try it." And several hours later, I was like, "Oh God, I'm still playing it." I literally, my wrist still hurts.
I got it. It's on Game Pass with PC.
I'm sorry. I told you not to. I was serious now. I was serious not to touch it because it is literally the crack cocaine version of the game. I'm not even making this up. But yeah, I'm actually I think so. This game is good. I agree about I guess the game Elden Ring. I think of all the big games that came out, should win specifically because as I said before, I chase after new experiences. I chase after people chasing after new experiences. But I'm also a $30 gamer, so I don't have Elden Ring yet.
You went retro style on this one. This is pure retro style.
This is made by like 1 or 2 people.
Wow.
Yeah, this is an old school retro game.
When people were making fun, I was like, well, can you make a game at all? It was kind of like, ugh, you're making fun of this person who made. You're comparing this game to God of War. This is literally a game made by like 1 or 2 people.
Right.
It looked like a side-scrolling smut game.
It's the best way to describe it is if a
I love smut.
bullet hell and a roguelike had a baby.
You're talking to a person that plays and loves Radiant Silvergun and
Yeah, no. I'm telling you, the reason I'm telling you not to play this game is because it gets under your skin and then you start feeding for it.
Oh wow.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I will get to it after I'm done with Persona. But go ahead, finish it up.
Basically, I think Elden Ring specifically is a game. I have not played it yet, but what I enjoy about gaming, like I've said before, is people chasing after games. And I enjoyed watching people who had not weren't in a Soulsborne just be super into Elden Ring. Like people that I was like, if they were like, hey, what do you think about Elden Ring? Should I get it? And I'd have told them no. I'd told them, please don't get that. Don't. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. But people enjoy it and people beat it who I would have told don't get Elden Ring.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, because there's other contenders out there that, you know, I'm looking at a list right here. I'm going to read some of the names. Okay, Vampire Survivors is different. Oh, you ain't went yet? Damn, my bad. Go ahead.
This event's gonna be good.
I said I'm ready. I thought you already went. My bad.
He's about to read off games that I'm like probably gonna mention. Do you want me to give you my games?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Pitman's not gonna be good.
Do you want me to give you what's
My bad, Artemis. I'm sorry. I thought it was mine till we can wrap it up. But go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. So do you want what Jeff Keighley's going to give Game of the Year? Or do you want
I want your games of the year, and what games you're going to do it.
Game GTYO.
Because I could give.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Shits of what Game of the Year gets at fucking
the VGAs. No, I feel you. Yeah, I agree.
Shits about that.
Right.
You know me. I don't give a shit about the VGAs.
The fact that they
give a shit about is the VGAs.
The fact that they didn't give Animal Crossing best sound design in 2020 was a problem.
Yeah, the only thing I care about at the VGAs is the game trailers and stuff like that. I don't give a shit about the rest of it.
Right.
So
Agreed.
my games of the year, and so far, I'll put God of War on there, but it'll be third only because I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
I would say for myself, number one would be Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which was a fantastic game.
I was going to mention that game because I've heard good things about it. Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's talking about that. And to be honest, I completely forgot about it.
Me too. Yeah, because I want to get it. I want to get that game. I want to get that game. I want to get it.
Like, because you notice they talk about how like, oh, this year was great, saved by gaming because of PlayStation. They actually dismissed the fact that Nintendo released a plethora, wide fucking variety. They had such a great year, and people will actively mentally dismiss the fact that Nintendo
and Pokemon aren't they going to release like 2 Pokemon games? Like I know they
released Arceus. They released they're releasing Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
and that's not correct. But
and then they dropped Bayonetta 3. Yeah, so
not just Bayonetta 3, like Triangle Strategy.
Triangle Strategy.
Yeah, Xenoblade, like so many games, and everyone will be ready. I can't believe how many people just like weren't like accepting that Nintendo had like one of the best games this year. Mario Rabbids?
No, we're not gonna let you get away with that one, Cozy. Move on.
Wait, do you not like XCOM? Do you not like XCOM?
Oh no, I love XCOM, but that's what I'm saying. But that's not going to be a game that's going to be
no. What I'm saying
contender
is
for Game of the Year.
No, what I'm saying is Nintendo dropped the best games this year, and part of that.
I won't argue with that. I won't argue with that.
Rabbids,
I won't argue with that.
Basically, XCOM, but with Mario and Rabbids.
And my second one, and I know this game came out in 2020.
It doesn't matter.
But
it was
Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the update to the PS5, it was so much better of a game, and that game was so good. That game was so good. Like, it was really good.
I think,
and it sucks because I think a lot of these games are gonna get kind of, because for me personally, I didn't like Elden Ring, and I love Souls games. You know me, K-Mega. I love Souls games.
Yep.
Elden Ring was not it. Jack was not it at all. And then
the disrespect is insane right now.
and Horizon Forbidden West was good, but nothing compared to what I played this year that was even on par with that game. Was not even on par with some of the stuff that I played this year. Like, some of the indie stuff that I played this year was fucking phenomenal, dude. Like, indies right now, and you know me, I didn't like indies for a long time.
Right, yeah, I know.
Indies are where people go to create games because they love gaming.
I don't like roguelikes, so I won't try out Vampire Survivors, but I can see where people would actually like that game. So that's
I literally just started playing it because we were making fun of it, and I was like, let me test this out. And yeah, it's frustrating because I'm like, I don't want to like it.
And I feel like there's a lot of games out there that are not gonna get the recognition that they deserve because of God of War and because of Elden Ring, and that sucks, man. Because those games they're good. Not saying that they're bad games, because they're not bad games. It's just they weren't anything. Like, Elden Ring wasn't anything special. It was just an open world Dark Souls game. Like, that's all it was to me. To me, that's what it was.
So,
and then God of War Ragnarok is just a better version of God of War 2018. Like,
I appreciate your opinion because you're saying, like, you're consistent. Like, so that's what I appreciate about it, because, like, me, I haven't played Elden Ring, but I want to play Elden Ring specifically because I'm not a Dark Souls person. But seeing people who share similar gaming tastes with me, like it, was like, oh, okay, so I might like this. Like, if someone who doesn't like games that I like, I'm like, thanks for the recommendation, but I'm not going to try it. But if someone likes games that I like, they could recommend me something outside of the box. But you're right, like, in that there are all these smaller games that are just doing so much, so many things that you haven't experienced, so many things that you're just like, I see this and I love it. And
I told you about Proteus.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Proteus because Proteus is also on my list.
Like, Sifu was a fucking awesome ass
That
game.
was going to be a game I was waiting for somebody to say. Yeah, I can't wait. I hope that game will eventually come to Xbox.
Dude,
yeah, it looks
honestly,
dope.
If that game comes to Xbox, play that shit day one. I'm
on it. That's all I'm waiting for. That's all I'm waiting for.
Hey, what you doing?
Might not be.
5,
might not be. Might not be.
Hey, man, what's up with that, bro?
People were talking shit about, like, immortality. Let me tell you, I played the fuck out of Immortality. Because it's like just like it's the weirdest game.
But Cozy, that's not a game that's going to be up for contention for Game of the Year.
Yes, the thing is, I also explained that I don't really. So,
and that, like, sucks, dude.
The biggest thing
these games should be.
So, yes, maybe, because that's where that's where people are actually like, I'm not going to get big, but I'm working on this game that I love with like 5 other people.
I'm just looking to see Jeff Keighley kick. What's his name? Ass when he come on stage.
Kojima. Not Kojima. Old dude from that makes
basically just a lot of games that are just beautiful and like
Kojima.
People just make them because
I did say it right. Yeah,
like, I'm working on a game right now.
I mean, Cozy. I mean, Dark is still talking.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm done. No,
The alcohol that I drank like 2 hours ago is
really kicked in.
That's fine. That's fine. You're excited. It's great.
Who do you think is gonna get game of the
No,
year?
but I agree with Cozy that a lot of those games should be nominated.
Should be
and some of those games
nominated.
Aren't gonna get.
Right.
But Dark,
Aren't
who do
gonna
you
get
think is
the
gonna
start.
get
Like
game of the
I
year?
constantly
Who do I
always
think is gonna
about,
get game of the year?
Oh.
Yes.
And I hate to say it,
Elden
and I
Ring or God
really
of War?
do hate to say it. I really
Mhm.
do, because I really don't want it to. It'll be Elden Ring, probably more than
Okay.
likely.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
It'll be Elden Ring or God of War. And it's frustrating. I mean, it always reminds me of how like
It is
I hate
frustrating.
the culture of gaming critics because like Sonic Frontiers is a perfect example. Think about the scores Sonic Frontiers gets from critics. But then you talk to people who love
Everybody
Sonic.
talks about they love it. There's a
The
lot of
who
people say they love
Sonic,
it.
The people
You're right.
who love Sonic, like I was talking to like Shadow Blades. And
I don't
Shadow
even love
Blades is
Sonic.
like,
I don't want to
it's
play
like the best
I do. I
Sonic
want to get
game.
that game. That game looks good.
He basically told me it's the Sonic game he's best enjoyed since like Sonic Colors. And I was like, oh, speak no more, because Sonic's Colors was the last Sonic game that I really loved.
That was the game I was talking about. Solid Colors. I couldn't think of the name of that game.
And
that
yeah,
a lot of
so
people
it's
loved.
like
Yeah.
it's like annoying and frustrating. And I always think about like the Game Awards and like things that they suck at. Like I always like stands in my mind. I'll never forget how
Uh-oh.
this is something people can't understand.
Like, what happened?
Animal
what happened?
Crossing in 2020 had the best sound design, and I think this is, and they I think like Last of Us 2 or something won or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, Last of Us.
Last of Us was the one. Yeah.
Animal Crossing. If you understand sound design, you would have been understood why Animal Crossing had superior sound design.
Yeah,
Significantly superior animal sound design. The fact that when you're walking in the rain, and the fact that your shoes, when you're walking in the rain on different terrains, will change, and you notice it. The fact, all the little pleasant sounds that occur in Animal Crossing, they're designed to appeal to your brain in a way that Last of Us does not. And yes, I love Last of Us. People are like, oh, like I thought you didn't like play it. I'm like, that was a PS3 game, and I played it and I loved it.
Okay. All right. Well,
I wouldn't play it again, but
let me finish it off. Let me finish this off so we can get the hell out of here. All right. Games for me, definitely God of War and Elden Ring will probably be probably be the two finalists. With Elden Ring probably most likely winning, in my opinion, only because of what pretty much everybody else is saying. I mean, I was a person that hated Souls games, and Elden Ring took me in. Like, I'm like, okay, when Dark Souls 4 come, fuck that. But if Elden Ring 2 drops, day one. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Dark Souls 4 comes, happy day for me.
Right.
But if they make an Elden Ring 2, I'm gonna be like, fuck that game.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I mean, if people want to call me a half-ass, because there were people that were, you use too much magic. Fuck that. I got twinkle fingers. I'm letting that shit. It's in the game. And listen.
No, people that judge you for using magic don't understand, because those are newer people that just think they're cool because they beat the game on whatever.
No, I'm not running around in my drawers with shit like that. Running around.
Yeah, but classic like Soulsborne gamers will understand. Use whatever you can to win the game.
But that's the thing for me was like, I mean,
still cheap ass though.
Listen, I started off as a prisoner. They gave me the wand. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to use it. I'm going to hit it with some sprinkles. You know what I'm saying?
It's a mechanic in the game. Why wouldn't you?
Why not use it to explain? You should go in there and run. I'm around in my drawers anyway. Whatever. So I said, I already repeat myself. Play the way you want to. Another thing too is that so there's a couple of games that I feel that people are missing out on that came out this year that were spectacular. That will not probably get any recognition. V Rising is one. That is a PC game, but that is another vampire game, but it's a top down. It's kind of like in a Diablo type of sense.
Right, I remember.
Absolutely incredible. Another game too that's in that same ilk that blew my mind. I lost myself for about 2 weeks before I jumped on. Eventually, I jumped on. I needed to play the first rat game or whatever, the Plague's Tale. So because I wanted to beat that so I can go ahead. So but it took almost everything out of me to stop playing it, and that's Lost Ark. Lost Ark is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I thought that game should get a lot of credit. Now I am very excited about Xenoblade 3. I will definitely play it. Yeah. I will get it eventually, but that's a game that should be also nominated. I know that V Rising and Lost Ark won't, but
if any Nintendo game gets nominated, it should be Xenoblade Chronicles.
It should be right over anything, and it should be what Ham Solo said was. I think that the 4 now, the 5th is going to be kind of surprising for me because I'm not really into those games, but I've seen so many people talk about that game and talk about how much they loved it. It made me actually say, I might give that game a try once it goes, maybe on a Black Friday or something. And that is the Skywalker edition, the Lego game.
Oh yeah, that's good, dude. That's fun.
Okay.
There's not one person that's talked bad about that game.
It was actually a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah,
that game was absolutely fun.
I stopped liking those Lego games when they started talking. Yeah,
see, so I would say God of War, Elden Ring, Xenoblade 3. I would love to see us at Gears. Oh my God, my mouth is watering right now. I'm about to go grab my wife's ass thinking of Xenogears right now. Yes, sir. What's that?
What's sad, my friend?
Yes.
There was only one racing game this year, and since it was the only one, it'll get nominated for Game of the Year.
Gran Turismo 7.
Well, it's not worthy of Game of the Year.
It's not worthy. That's not even worthy.
It's not worthy. It's not worthy. It's not worthy, man. No. People can lie to you all they want to. It's not saying that the game is not likable or it's not enjoyable.
No, it's just there's no other racing game out this year. That's probably why.
Well, no, Unbound's coming, but it's not going to be in. And I think that's going to be a sleeper. I think Unbound's going to be dope. I think Unbound's going to be pretty damn dope. But anyway,
I
think Callisto Protocol will probably be my game of the year at the end. All said and done.
Right. And you know what?
Protocol will probably be that.
And you know what? That and also I think, and see, that's my sleeper of the year. My sleeper of the year, Midnight Suns. That's my sleeper of the year.
Yeah,
that's my sleeper of the year. There's so many people sleeping on the game. I try to listen. Ham, you was over here talking when I tried to tell people about Gotham Knights. I said, look, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. I said Gotham Knights is gonna be that one. And people are and I said, watch. And I said, watch.
Gotham Knights was a good game.
Thank you. I said, Gotham Knights is going to be that one. And then everybody, 30 frames. I said, Gotham Knights is still going to be that one. Gotham Knights, 30 frames. The Gotham Knights. And then everybody now is like, you know what? I don't care about 30 frames. That game is good. Bitch, I tried to tell y'all. But anyway, and so I'm saying the same thing about.
It ain't got nothing to do with that.
Midnight Suns, bro. Midnight Suns. Do not sleep.
There better not be performance issues in that game,
bro. Do not sleep on Midnight Suns, ladies and gentlemen. You've been listening to this show. You've been listening to me. If you've been listening to me for a while, for the people, 40 months, 20 months, 10 months, 5 months, just today, Uncle K Mega's gonna tell you right. Midnight Suns is gonna be that one. It might get a 78 gamer score. I'm telling you, when you play that game is gonna get you hooked. But anyway, but I do believe you. But I do agree, Optimus. Callisto Protocol is probably going to be a lot of people's game of the year. Actually,
not going to be out in time.
No, I know. I'm saying though, just to play.
Your personal game.
Yeah, personal opinion. Yeah. So,
but that's Star Wars game should have been game of the year
of that year.
Yeah. That game should have been a nominee for sure. The Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah. The one I didn't play play because it starts out with a cutscene.
Well, yeah. No. Well, that game is fucking phenomenal. That game is phenomenal.
No more cutscenes.
So
Anyway.
bad.
It's a great game.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. I do appreciate you guys still hanging around. I know we did start GRG a little bit late, so we're a little bit over 3 hours, but I'm still, it's 11:20 at night. God damn it. Anyway.
Time for me to play more Vampire Survivors.
That's right. Play more of it.
Like I haven't been all night.
But I do.
Shut up. I've been playing right
It's
now.
not co-op.
But the one thing that I have to say is that I do enjoy when people. I love it. I wish that. I mean, shit. If we could talk all night and just get away with it, I would, and we could. But I just it's Friday night still. And I just feel guilty for taking people's time like that. But you know what I'm saying? So for people that are listening now, thank you so much. For the people that'll be listening later, do appreciate it as well. But we got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, and I got to fix why my game ain't, why my damn Persona's not on my TV right now. My heart's hurting. So, so I can get done. I'm close. I'm at the end game, baby. I beat Senso. I'm ready. Hey, Ham, Senso.
Isn't it outro time?
Be ready for that. That bastard is a problem. He's got 5 to 6 forms. He's got 5 to 6 forms.
It's wild.
Bro,
that's so wild, dude.
I thought when I said,
so
I got done, he's like, you thought I was done? And then the music, done. Are you fucking kidding me? This is like reminding me of Parasite Eve and Seven Nightmares. Anyway.
I know, dude. Parasite Eve, oh my God. Such a good game.
Love that game, but that damn boss at the end. But anyway, thank you, Optimus, man. Anytime you want to hop in, it'll be a pleasure for sure. You know what I'm saying?
As you saw, I just hopped in.
Cozy, the same happens. Anybody, of course, except for SRX, man. Everybody else could just hop in.
Well, I figured this would probably be my last chance to talk about God of War, so I could just do it.
Wait,
well, no. I loved it because you and Ham
because next week nobody's gonna. I mean, people
talk
are
about
probably
it.
going to be
No,
talking about
they're not going to talk about it like that. Well, they'll talk about it again. Game of the year.
Here's the thing: you gotta be the voice of a game, even if people don't believe in that game. Like I'm the voice of Viva Pinata. People don't believe in Viva Pinata.
Viva
Pinata. Tell you the glories of Viva Pinata.
All right, this is when we know. This is when the liquor is flowing at her house, and time to get the fuck out of here.
No, I don't have liquor at my house. I don't keep liquor in my home.
But you said you was drinking.
I was at the bar.
Okay, but it's still flowing.
I ran home to hang out with you guys, but I was at the bar.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's some dedication. Come from the bar, because if you're at the bar, I'm over here hanging out. I'm over here thinking like, shit, I could have had GRG tonight. Shit, we over here drinking. Anyway, partying. Sir X-Man, my brother, man, thank you for coming through, man, on your day off, man. I love the dedication, man. I really do love you to death. Yo, greasy bastard. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop people cutting people off. But I do love you.
You got a lot of goddamn nerve.
I'm the host. I can do what I want. Anyway. And I still
I don't pay him.
Yeah.
I don't pay him no attention.
Oh, you dirty bastard.
That's how you mark your territory.
Where can they find you at, Sir X-Man? Yeah.
On Xbox at
the disrespect.
Sir X-Man. On Twitch at Sir X-Man1. When I start streaming again. On Twitter before it dies, a slow death. Sir X-Man. And pretty much that's it.
Oh man. Excellent.
And I can't wait to get back to play the co-op in Halo. That's fun.
Yeah. Don's trying to talk me into it, but I told him when I get done with Persona, dealers over here sending messages to Xbot, like, man, because Xbot, hey,
you gonna play some basketball?
You gonna play some 2K? I'm like, shit. When I'm ready, I ain't ready. I told y'all season 3. I told y'all what I'm doing anyway. But shout out to Dealer and them and Xbot and them, but whatever. But it's all good. Cozy, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the bar, it's excellent to come in here and talk about video games.
I didn't just come from the bar. I ran from the bar.
Oh, I love it.
Wow,
I love it.
Nice to be able to run.
Wow. Cozy, where can they find you at, miss?
Everywhere there's a Cozy Beluga. Cozy spelled with an S.
Mm-hmm.
That is me. Because I've basically ensured I've peed all over the cozy beluga with an S.
BMI.
Wow.
Wow. That liquor is flowing, baby. All right.
Eat that crazy food.
Yes, that's the one that eats the crazy food. Yes.
My food apparently was too crazy tonight, so I
So you
Yeah,
good?
we heard about the pig feet, girl.
No.
It was. I know plenty of people that eat pig feet, but there was the pig feet that she ate. Like
tonight I ate like balut. It's like this half fertilized duck egg. It was good.
Was it good?
It's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty
good, but it's like half fertilized duck egg, which makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
Because it's half
so
period.
It's half developed.
Do you eat it raw?
Yeah.
No, you cook it. You cook it.
You can eat it raw. Or
You can eat it raw. It tastes like, imagine boiling an egg, like taking a boiled egg and soaking it in chicken broth. It kind of tastes like that. It tastes good, but it is a half developed.
So you got a chicken head, you got a duck head up in there, and just like quack. Damn, boy. Okay, what do you think?
Good shit.
Oh man.
You got to get out of your comfort zone, Megan.
My comfort zone is pizza.
Oh yeah, I forget. You guys eat alligator and snake up over there.
We'll eat some snakes. I won't eat no alligator. There ain't no alligator. Yeah, we'll eat a squirrel.
It tastes like gamey chicken.
Yeah. Squirrel, rabbit.
Is a waste. It tastes like gamey chicken.
Yeah, catfish. You know what I'm saying? I've never.
Rabbit also just tastes like.
I don't know
chicken.
now. I can't say that I've never ate roadkill because there was a couple of guys that made a potluck at work a couple of times, and so that shit tasted good. There was tender meat. I was like, what is this? Like, good stuff in it. Don't it taste good though? I'm like, holy shit, this tastes good. It's tender.
It does not matter where it came from.
I just don't know where they. People tell me that he picked up roadkill, but that shit was delicious. I don't know what it was. I didn't ask, but it was good. Meat was tender. He had sauce in it and some shit. But anyway,
you just gotta eat it. You just be like yum yum, and they tell you, well, it's roadkill. I'm like, well, yum,
yum, eat them.
I was eating it before. I'm not gonna stop eating it because you told me it was roadkill.
Wow.
You got more?
Ham Solo, thank you for coming through, brother. As always, where can they find you at, man? You know what I'm saying? It's what are you gonna be playing something? God of War, or are you gonna be playing Persona?
That's where you find him.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I am beat right now.
Oh, okay, he's done.
I apologize. But
you should be.
But yeah, this is the third podcast today, and I did a space earlier with Loke on Twitter.
Man,
we've had a long day.
Yeah, it's time to lay it down.
Have you tried cocaine?
I'm good.
Wow.
The 80s called cocaine.
But anyways, if you enjoy this awkward banter between me, Cozy, and Loke, you can always find us on our YouTube channel every Friday, and then I do a show every Tuesday and Thursday called Behind Them Sticks on the TSWS Gaming channel on YouTube. I'll put the link in the chat so you can see that.
Yep, and it's in my community feed too. You can see his channel. So
subscribe to that damn channel, goddammit. It's fucking good.
Subscribe to your mom.
Damn.
Yeah, it gets wild over there sometimes.
Be comfortable.
I got told.
My mom is dead, so like when I can say all these your mom jokes.
Really? Not everybody else's mama passed away.
It went from like lighthearted.
Which is why you say your mom back to me. I'm like, my mom's dead. It's
wow.
Dang.
It's a perk of having Dead Mom Club means
what could you tell us what liquor you was partaking in tonight?
So I had 5 gin and tonics and then like 2 shots of tequila. So the gin and tonics.
Damn.
I only drink 3 drinks of my own volition. Like I will only pay for 3 drinks at a bar. But there were some other people at the bar, and I was talking to them, and they're like, "Well, what are you drinking?" So they gave me 2 more gin and tonics. And then they were like, "Yo, we're doing shots. Come do shots with us."
Oh, they were trying to liquor you up.
They were trying to get that to China.
Not try.
They were trying to liquor you up and then sex you up.
No, it's. I don't know where you guys live, but it's very common here for people to just buy you drinks.
That's what they're going to do.
What state is
and slip you a
Ohio.
No, listen.
No.
He's like, what state you in? You like to be looking up.
I know what Ohio is like, man.
No, yes. So people buy each other drinks, not like anything. Yeah. No ulterior motives. They'll just straight up buy you drinks.
Yeah.
And they pour them at the bar, and everyone just drinks them at the bar. The bartender included drinks a shot, and that's like very Ohio.
Yep.
Yeah, California's all like, get your own liquor, sucker.
Right, get your own liquor, and it's gonna. And if you want some water, it's gonna be $7.
Ohio, people are very generous.
Liquor's gonna cost $3, and water gonna cost $7. It's crazy out there in LA.
Man, it's
Foxy.
True. It's true.
Foxy,
I'm
gonna come. I'm gonna be coming for you. I'm gonna have to hit you up so you can come on to the show sometime. So get ready.
Yeah, I've done the same thing for people. I bought them like shots, like just I don't know you, but we just had a conversation for 5 minutes. Let's have shots. That's a very.
You walked into the end of the show for the outro, and Cozy is lit, and it's all good
because it took for Severin to settle in. I also think it's because I sat and drank and I ate 2 corn dogs too.
Well, the corn dogs will help out for the.
Who said ew about corn dogs?
Corn dogs are great.
Corn dogs are awesome, dude.
No, corn dogs are not bad. You're pretentious if you don't like corn dogs.
So if anybody goes to the fair and you don't eat a fair corn dog, it's sacrilege.
Yeah, you're
I admit, I go to the fair and I get the turkey legs.
You're a fraud.
Oh yeah, no, I like the turkey legs too.
Turkey legs are overrated.
The turkey leg can be overrated, but the funnel cake and the corn dog is not.
The funnel cake is never overrated.
Right, the funnel cake and the corn dog is never.
It's super easy to make.
Well, I know it's fun. It's super easy to make, but fair funnel cake is just better.
It
you know
is
what I'm saying?
Different.
It hits different.
Cake is so much better.
Yeah.
The meat is what you want at the carnival. The meat.
No,
I'm all about the meat.
Maybe you want the meat. I want the funnel cake and the corn dog. You may want the meat.
Anyway, juicy meat.
Is it just me?
She said, "I want the meat. I don't want the meat. I want the paws. I want the turkey leg.
No. The nachos are good too. The nachos are good too. I feel like they put like a little bit of cocaine in the nacho sauce.
Wow. I've never ate nachos at the fair, so I don't know how good they are. They might be good.
With your nachos, I'd be like, hell yeah, I want chili with my nachos.
Wow. Okay, we have gone to the abyss. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. See, this is where we've turned to. I've got to just cut shit off because people won't shut up. We just got to go. Ham Solo said, I'm finna die. Lope left about an hour and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? We are out of here, man. Thank you so much. I hope you had fun like I did.
You just forget about me, but that's all right.
Shit, I'm just trying to hurry up and get the hell out of here, man. Viper. I thought I called your name, Viper. Where can I find you?
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's time to go.
He said, I'm going to get the hell out of here. All right. Well, Viper will be back.
Vampire Survive right now, so that's why.
Vampire will be back.
I told you not to do it.
Vampire will be, I said Vampire, goddamn. Viper will be back tomorrow. I mean, did I say tomorrow? Next week. I got to get the hell out of here.
No, tomorrow we'll be back because of Crackdown 3. Multiplayer.
Well, we'll try to do Crackdown 3. Don's trying to get me to play some Halo co-op. Whatever the case may be, I will try. But if I'm not done with Persona, I am at the end game. But if I'm not done with Persona, y'all, I'll jump into the party and I'll talk. But it's all about getting done with Persona 5, man. I'm at the end now. I got to get done with it. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. If you like Cozy and you're hitting the club, or you just came from the club, or if you're about to go to the club, listen, you know what I'm saying? I got to live through you. I'm a married man. I can't be going out there doing that, but man, protect yourself. There's monkeypox. There's all types of shit out there. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. You're going to die of something anyway. And when you get super old, it's probably going to be cancer.
You
might as well.
Tragic. Yeah,
it's not that
well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just say it. Okay, so Cozy, just go have a good time and do the pants off dance.
Have a good time. Pants off, dance off.
Let's go! Good night, y'all.
Are we off?
I'm almost off. I'm about to hit these buttons. Woo-wee. I'm hitting the button right now, Cozy. It's about to get messy. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.